Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to another beautiful Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope those of you that are watching me currently, or those are coming, you're having a great weekend out there. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I get it. Sometimes some of you like to say, oh, we can't believe how controversial this guy is. Oh, this is divisive. This is like this. But come on, let's just be real. You like coming here because you know I'm going to tell it like it is. You know, one thing I love about the United States of America, the flag that you see behind me, I know there's many people who you want to come to America, for instance, but you don't even know the purpose of coming to America. You don't understand what the country is about. You just see people going there and you want to go too. And then you have people who are born here in the States that don't even know the benefit of what the United States is all about because they don't have another place to compare it to. So I feel like I was lucky to be able to have that comparison because you see in African society, I would say Gambian society, cultural level, there is no freedom of speech or expression. This is a fact. I know there are many people who are going to come here, try to be like, no, we do express ourselves. Then why are people not that intelligent? When I say intelligent, are not able to hold intelligent conversations, critical thinking. If you are a critical thinker, you are a danger to the society. And in the United States, they keep it real. Yes, you might say, I don't like what this person is saying, but there is truly freedom of speech. Freedom of speech allows you to be able to critically think. But I know that's not the subject. The subject today is not about critical thinking. I know you're already thinking, what is the professor talking about? Today we're going to be talking about, the giants of Africa. I mean, you don't just expect me to just come here and just run with the topic. I got to get you all warmed up, tell you about my environment here in the United States, how beautiful it is. I know there is many of you get upset, you don't want me to have good time. I get that. But truly, like me having a good time Why would anyone be upset over that? Like, really? You're not happy for me? Like, what's going on? What have I ever done to you? But when I compare this environment to the Gambia, in fact, when I was having conversation with Chaotic through, you guys know Chaotic, some of you, Chaotic, anything that is worse and terrible, he reserves that for Africa. Like, I have nothing against him and neither should you. Like, that's just what it is. Some people just, anything that is terrible is for Africa. But you see, the way I look at Africa coming from there, I embrace like everything about it, like literally, and I enjoy having the conversations with different people. And I know the conversation would be, controversial. I get it because I'm from that society. You have been told not to ask questions about it. And then now you show up on the internet, you see this guy, you're like, wait a minute, what? He is questioning this? That's right, I am. I've always been questioning it, but I just never had a microphone, or I never got your attention for us all to have this conversation. And you that is watching me right now, judging me because you are such a great person. You just want kumbaya. Like, you don't see people, saying stuff. You hear these things and you see people act up on it. So why don't we just lay it all out? Laying it all out, let's go to Nigeria versus the Ghana beef. Because on this channel, most of you are used to the analysis being about the beefs between the blacks and the Africans as a coalition. In fact, personally, I have no beefs with the blacks because you guys know I'm an honorary black. The blacks accept me, as you guys are aware, right? So no beef from this section. Yes, there are a couple of the blacks who think they have the pull, they can, pull my black card, as we here in the States put it. They can't pull my black card. Okay? So we are not going to be talking about that today, right? We're talking about Nigeria versus Ghana. There is like this little for some of you, you don't understand the extent of it. The Nigerians always like to say they are the giants of Africa. They have this same beef with South Africa. Everywhere we go, we hear Nigeria say they are the giants of Africa, and they call Ghanaians their little brothers. So those of you that are into the black stuff, thinking that, I'm just making up this topic, it's division. I'm not making up anything. DG said, did blacks bribe you or threaten you, Afridamus? No. What do you mean, DG? Please elaborate. What do you mean, did the blacks bribe me or threaten me? No, the blacks have not bribed or threatened me. I'm just calling it like it is. Continuing. So clearly, like, there is this beef between Nigeria and Ghana and also South Africa, and with the blacks as well, because a lot of this beef, even Nigeria, I'm beginning to think that Nigeria is the problem, in fact, because the Nigerians, even when the blacks generally say they have issues with Africans, the person tend to be Nigerian. But because most of the blacks, like, look, they are my people, but a lot of them don't take the time to, learn that Africa is not in fact a country, it's a continent, you see. So they just assume like, yo man, this African guy, man, he was talking foul. So to him now, like any African is related to that guy. But today, this right here, this breakdown would help you understand it's not like that. So the Nigerians see Ghana as, little boys. This is not me saying this. This is on the internet, So in fact, this is not only internet talk. Back in the 60s, apparently, at one point, the Nigerians were kicked out of Ghana. Nigerian immigrants were kicked out of Ghana. You see? So, the Nigerians have been upset about this. They never let it go. Wherever you even hear Nigerian panel together on the internet, they will bring this up. This is not me saying this. Guys, please hit the like. It's just like the same beef between Ethiopians and Somalians. This is like old beef. And this beef is now coming on the internet. So, in fact, Nigeria had the opportunity to retaliate on Ghana. Hence the popular phrase, Ghana must go. Nigerians, that's why I said they don't get along with the blacks, because they can't do anything without like attaching like a sweet slogan to it, Ghana must go. You see, they turn it into a rhyme. So they, got their lick. You would think, okay, at this point it's fair and square. But the Nigerians are like, nah, we are the big boys right here on the continent. We are the giants. So now they are being called out. Okay, how are you? The Ghanaians are like, how are you measuring? You're measuring this. Is it through economy? Or the size of the land, size of the people? What's the metrics here? And I think, this makes sense to ask. This is a valid question, because we do in fact hear Nigerians talk about they are the giants of Africa. They cannot allow Ghanaians breathe for 1 second. And generally Ghanaians, they are not as they are not as vocal, but when they speak, they spit fire. And I have a video here to analyze, and the Ghanaians are not holding back. They are throwing, some of you, the Nigerians, you might think the Ghanaians are throwing dirt at you, but they are asking they are asking the tough questions, because they said, if you are a giant, why and you X, Y, and Z? I mean, some of these questions are so tough. Have you noticed? I'm not even trying to repeat it so that you guys don't say this is coming right out of my mouth. And some of you, the blacks, that like think that there's like, all African is one and the same. Please kick back, get your drink or your popcorn, whatever, and learn the beef. And maybe you would recognize that these are some of your relatives, your long lost relatives. So the Ghanaians are no longer holding back. Okay. Let me read some of the comments before we get into the breakdown. Let's see. Great Africa, stop this divisional discussion. Okay, Great Africa, I would like you to hit the link later on, and tell me how this is divisive. I mean, divisive from what? Is Africa united? I know your name is Great Africa, but is Africa united? And when people say unity, unity, like, let's unite. What are we uniting on? We have to unite on something. We all agree on something and say, this is what we're uniting on. But just to throw that, oh, let's unite, I mean, we can unite. This is all part of unity. We have to establish if Nigeria can hold the status of being giants. Or maybe South Africa and Ghana have conspired to finally say they are going to expose Nigerians as being fake giants. So, don't you think, the Ghanaians have the right? They have the right for their voices to be heard on the Afridamus report here? I mean, come on. Just simmer down. At least before you write that comment, you could just at least allow the discussion to begin. Then you will be able to decide if this is in fact an interesting conversation or divisive. AB said, greetings family, unity, love is needed right now. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love, sir? Please. I get it. I mean, if some of you need hugs, whatever, somebody would send you hugging emojis. But what is all this about? Like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, just seeing the titles showing up all soft on me. I would have expected this from my Niger people. But all of you are getting all soft on the show today. Relax, okay? AB, AB, love is coming your way, okay? Stoic One, welcome in the house. GH, Nyani Mansa, greetings to everyone from the Prince of Manding Empire, aka Mali. Aling Tuma, welcome in Mandi Mansa. Supergirl, Sedano is a Muslim country when folks die from mysterious circumstances. Man, you guys are always off topic. DG, welcome in the house. Okay, and all of you that are in the clouds. St. James, welcome in the house. So let me do my disclaimer here and we will get straight to this video, that I'm going to break down. Ghanaians, speaking their piece and they are questioning Nigerians, calling them out. In fact, some of them are suggesting that Nigerians are coons, Like, I can't even believe what I was hearing. So that's why today I can't wait to open the discussion. And please, guys, let's all be, respectful and cordial. No shouting match. When someone is speaking, allow them to speak no matter how, hurt you are by what they are saying. Allow the person to finish their sentence because we want the people that are listening to be able to make out what is being said here. So let's have nice discussion because I know, some of the things here that the Ghanaians are poking at is going to make some of the Nigerians very hot. But it's okay. Guys, please hit the like and share as well. Here we go.
Good evening, guys. So, my last video on the
So let this show begin, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm about to break this video down. This is for edutainment purposes. So this is for fair use. As you can see, I'm not the one putting this together. We gotta allow the Ghanaian man to respond. So this is a Ghanaian man responding to Nigerian behavior online. Here we go.
Nigerian Ghana issue. Got a lot of Nigerians in my DM. saying things they don't know about me. But it's fine. Listen, Nigeria, right? It's the biggest economy in Africa. You guys are supposed to be comfortable by now. What don't you have? You have a lot of stuff. But corruption and greed. You see the whole African giant tag you have on yourselves. Oh, we are the giants in Africa. We are the first to do it. Yeah. It's a delusion. You guys are deluded. You are living.
Oh, so this Ghana man is calling the Nigerians delusional. They are being delusional about being the giants. Isn't the same thing that most Africans call the blacks, saying the blacks are delusional about building America and inventing all this stuff? So are most blacks from Nigeria? Is this like a Nigerian thing? I mean, the Ghanaian man is saying this is delusional. Look at me. This entire time I was thinking Nigeria is the giant. Now this Ghanaian man is out here saying, they are being delusional, like being the giant. Where's your proof? So let's go.
In I don't know how to put in I don't know if I should say you are living in a movie or in a game. You see all these achievements you are boasting of. It's not a national achievement too. They are individuals who strive to be better. Achievements. Our songs are better. They are individuals. You as a nation, you are not doing anything for your citizens.
Whoa. So he's saying there's individual Nigerian people that are doing really well. But as a collective, as a group, not really. Isn't this the story for most African countries? Yes. But the man's got a point. The man is got a point. So he's like, yeah, some of your, musicians are making it, your entertainers, but let's look at Nigeria as a whole, as a nation. What is your achievement? So the Ghana man is questioning you guys. So those of you Nigerians that want to respond to it, try to, write these points down, so that you don't forget when you call in.
The whole Nigerian. Why are you coming to Ghana then? Let's say, fine, you guys are. Why are you coming to Ghana? Why are you coming to Ghana? And Ghana is a small, okay, fine. You are the bigger country. Stay in your country. You are the bigger one. Let's agree.
Remember who else asked the Nigerians this? The South Africans. So the Ghanaian man is like, if you're such a big and badass, why don't you stay in your country? Why are you coming to Ghana? Man. So this to you it might sound like a crazy question, but it's high time to call African nations, call them up to the, to reality. You see? So if Nigeria wants the title of being the giant, they got to answer these questions. Here we go.
Agree. And we know you are the bigger countries. Because you know your country, there's nothing to write home about. Infrastructure, you not get. Electricity, this electricity issue should have solved it long time ago. Hey, you could have even tried the solar thing. You guys have the means to get in touch with big people all over the world. But no, you are there. The energy you are using to banter other countries, use it to face your leaders. Use that energy to face your leaders.
He's calling Nigerians out. He's listing things. He said the energy they are using to go against Ghanaians, why don't they use that energy towards their political system to change their leadership? And some of you might come here and pretend, be like, oh, I have a Ghanaian friend, or I have a Nigerian friend. This is not me saying this. I'm learning too with you, okay? I'm learning with you because generally, as the professor of Negrology, I hope you are not going to think, today is going to be, Middle Eastern Day. That's not what you thought. This is the negrology course for a reason. So therefore, most of the news will be coming from the black factory. So if there is beef happening in the black factory, you don't want me to bring it here and break it down? So, yeah, Nigeria, why can't you solve even your electricity problem? The Ghanaian wants to know. So here we go.
You see those leaders you have that spend your money anyhow, and then you see one person who is rich and be like, "Oh, this person is richer than the whole Ghana." Fine, we agree. How is this saving your country? You pass here, there's gutter. You pass here, there's that. You pass here, there's this.
Yeah, he's saying you got these rich people. One person is richer than the whole of Ghana. How is that helping? You know who else makes that argument? Yes, there are some people in America, black, who be like, oh, we got Michael Jordan. He is rich. Oh, okay. How's that helping black people? How's that helping you? You see? He is rich, but not we is rich. So some Nigerians tend to make that argument. So he's questioning that. So yeah, sure, you got Danko there. How is that helping you or Nigeria as a whole?
Pass here, there's that. See, Ghana is not heaven, but at least we are making progress. Ask yourself, as a Nigerian, what progress are you making? Nothing. You're just there. Your country is stagnant. And your focus is always on, oh, this artist won this, and this artist won this. But you guys don't understand what's going on. We are deluded. We are really, really deluded. You are living in I don't know what kind of stories they've told you that you can't even focus on. You guys are suffering though. You're literally suffering. And instead of putting your concentration on how to build your nation.
Man, this man is calling the Nigerians out on the carpet. He said Nigeria is a stagnant country. What, where are they going? He said Ghana, at least they are moving. So it looks like the Ghanaians are tired of the Nigerians running around, running their mouth, talking about they're the giants of Africa, but can't prove it, or bad mouthing, the Ghanaians. I mean, that's what they are saying. So here we go.
As you guys are smart, you can do it, but no, let's fight other people because our government have failed. Just look at your president. Your president who can't even stand.
Ooh, he is throwing dirt at Tinubu. He said Nigeria got a geriatric president. Guys, you guys thought the FBA beef that they quote unquote have with combined African but mostly with Nigerians. Well, FBA, you can learn from this video because you see now, mostly you're battling Nigerians, but now you can learn from how the Ghanaians battle the Nigerians. So he is not leaving anyone behind. He even threw dirt at their president, Tinubu. He didn't leave Tinubu behind. He said, even your president is an old man, geriatric. He can barely stand up. Hey, I'm not fanning any flame here, but let's be honest. The guy is funny. I mean, even at least the blacks, the blacks leave the African presidents out, but I think it's because they don't know their names. But when they learn the names, they would. But even the blacks have not gone this low, attacking an old geriatric president. Yeah, this is what they are doing now. So here we go.
We say our own is bad, but yours, no. I'll be shy to call him the president. Continue bantering other nations. Continue calling yourself the African giants. You'll be the same way you are, and other African countries will keep going. By the time you realize how much you've wasted energy on unnecessary things, it's maybe too late. Continue. You guys have sweet oil. Good one. Can't capitalize on it. Few people are making money out of it and you're happy. Continue. All you know is in
Man, I mean, if you didn't know, you would think he's talking about this, like the blacks, because this like how the blacks talk to the Nigerians. He's like, yeah, time is flying by, but the Nigerians are over here telling themselves they're the giants. I mean, man, this Ghanaian guy, he have it out for the Nigerians. DG said this dude doesn't look like normal everyday Ghanaian. DG, you can hit the link later and tell us what normal everyday Ghanaian looks like.
sorts. Continue. You see, the Ghana must go you did. We will do you Nigeria must go. But when
Oh, snap. So now you see, so those of you that like to say, oh, Africa must bring the unity. So it's on the internet. The Ghanaian man also is saying, you know how Nigerians remember the slogan, Ghana must go? So he's like, yeah, there's a lot of you over here in our country. You better shut up before we do the, Nigeria must go. And we'll send all of you back. You see?
the time is right, and probably if you don't fix your economy by then, if you don't fix your economy by then, your own will be like it will be sad. No one hates you. Ghanaians, we don't hate you. We love you. Come on. I love Nigerians. You have no idea how much Nigerians I roll with. A lot of them. They are very nice people if they want to be. No one hates you.
Wow. So he's saying because at least it's good. He's saying because Nigerians like to say the Ghanaians hate them. He said, no one hates you. I mean, he has some Nigerian friends. He said some of them are nice when they want to be, but he said no one hates them. Okay, so let's take it as that.
See. Omo Naija, now we say Ghana people, we dey fear you guys. We don't dey fear you. Just
So those of you who don't understand the language he's speaking, this is called, pidgin. So he's speaking to the masses. So I will translate, as the professor of pidgin here. So he said, you guys think, we're scared of you Nigerians. We're not. Okay. So let's hear what he got to say.
look at Ghana. You see light everywhere. Ghana is brighter than Nigerian's future. But
Ooh, he is saying, check this out. This is lights all over in Ghana. He said Ghana's future is bright. Okay. So he's showing you how bright Ghana's future is.
I don't know why you always arguing with Ghana. You can't compare Nigeria with Ghana. Ghana is far better than Nigeria. You know, apart from your movie industry, what do you get better past Ghana?
Yeah, he's asking. He said, apart from their movie industry, Nollywood, what do they have that is better than what Ghana has? So he's calling them out.
When they talk the truth, the people, some foolish people did back insulting people. See Ghana. Do you know how many Nigerians they here?
So how many Nigerians they here? Translation to English. He said, do you have any idea how many Nigerians are in Ghana? So now the Ghanaians, I think low key, like the guys throwing shots to say, look, you guys got a bunch of, your guys illegally entering our country, like what if we end up getting a Trump type president, we build a wall, but you need to chill. There's so many of your people here, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what he's saying in Ghanaian pidgin.
Ghanaians in Nigeria. We are talking the truth, we are talking shit.
Hello, brother. I have been following you on YouTube.
So those of you that think, oh, this is just, oh, Afridam is coming up with this. So this is different people calling into shows. Okay? This is important enough. Stoic one said, Nigerian pigeon and Ghanaian pigeon sound similar. Oh, Digi, thank you for the super chat. He said, Afridamus, which jollof rice you prefer, Ghana or Nigeria? I prefer Senegalese or Gambian one. So, yeah, the real one.
And quite recently, just after the AFCON, our brothers in the Nigeria lost to Cote d'Ivoire, and then it seems the entire African continent was jubilating, and Ghana was not an exception.
So the man here, this is a Ghanaian letting us know when Nigeria lost against Ivory Coast in the African Cup of Nations, semi-final, the man is saying the entire continent of Africa celebrated it. So I get the point he is trying to make here is the whole of Africa celebrated Nigeria losing because they said they don't want to hear their big mouths. That's the point he's trying to make here. So he's saying everyone celebrated it, but now Nigerians choose to, pick out only Ghanaians for their, mouth assault. Here we go.
Ghanaians took to the street to jubilate and, like, in a way, teasing Nigerians, which I think is normal in every competition, because in every
so Nigerians can take a Ghanaian joke. So when Nigeria lost against Ivory Coast, the Ghanaians came out on the streets to celebrate, to tease the Nigerians. So the Nigerians, they can't take a Ghanaian joke. They're like, look, everybody can celebrate against us losing, but you Ghanaians, when you celebrate, it gives us much pain. So this recent beef, that's where it emanated from. Let's see. Chukwu said, Ghanaians are just mad because Nigerian jollof is way better than the greasy sloppy they eat in Ghana, respectfully. Amazing. Jen Jewel said, I've had all four, including, of course, Liberian. I'll keep my opinions. All right. Buanga Hogazi said, did the Nigerians cheat in the match? No, they earned that victory. Choko said, it's all love. That's right. Okay, here we go.
competition, there is a loser and a winner. When a competition ends, at least the winners jubilate, and then with their supporters trying to tease their opponents. So I see it as a healthy something. But our fellow Nigerians are taking this too far. I think they are angry.
So he's calling Nigerians angry. Isn't the same thing the Nigerians accuse the blacks of? So I mean, like, guys, this is an actual Ghanaian speaking, which is why he's taking his time. You know, the Ghanaian generally, they're chill, mellow, they take their time. So he's telling us how angry the Nigerians are about losing. So all this beef from a game.
And they are on a social media insulting everybody in Ghana, disrespecting every Ghanaian. But there is one thing I have noticed or realized. I have friends from Nigeria, very intelligent, very civilized, who wouldn't engage in this sort of activities or this behavior. It has come to notice that those Nigerians who are doing this, most of them are from the villages in Nigeria.
You see, okay, man. So he's saying that the people that are engaged in this are generally, these are villagers. You know, there's a part of me that want to agree with it, because when I go to like Gambian platforms, like I read through, and when I see the tribalism and a lot of people that express it, and I dig deep, they are usually from, like some remote villages, you know. So he's saying these Nigerian villagers are the ones engaging in this. They are very upset at Ghanaians. So we will find out because the amount of Nigerians that are, hating on Ghana is a lot of them. Then most Nigerians must be villagers. So here we go. I think the Ghana man is just being nice.
Of which I can say that some do not even travel to Lagos before, the Nigerian capital, or is it Abuja, whatever you call it.
The Ghanaian is like, I don't care. I mean, whatever, the place is. And in this conversation, guys, kick back. He calls out Nigeria. See, the Ghanaians, they take their time. They would surgically just dismantle you. Step by step, he went into history. He talks about, to show their stance as the real Pan-Africans, calling Nigerians tap dancers, in many words. You would hear all of this in this conversation. So just kick back, be patient. This man, is going to lay it all out. He's going to take us all the way to 1957 when this beef started. And he is going to, let us know that Nigeria is in fact not the giant. In fact, Nigeria was out here tap dancing for the white people. So, I mean, some of the things that the ADOS people, FBA have been accusing Nigeria of, saying Nigerians was tap dancing for the white people. This Ghanaian man is going to, draw the same connection and repeat it. And he's not no Hotep or no FBA, blackity black type. This is a Ghanaian, typical Ghanaian speaking. So let's continue.
They are villages. And another interesting thing is they moved right from their villages, came to Ghana to seek greener pastures. Yet, they wouldn't keep their mouth shut. They keep insulting everybody in Ghana, ordinary Ghanaian, Omo Ghana, that little Ghana. I mean, all sort of names.
So apparently the Nigerians that he's speaking about in Ghana insulting, the Ghanaians. So those of you that are not familiar with the show here, the edutainment, I break down, social videos like this because, for example, we have people, you can say, why are these, because people would make why are these Africans not getting along? Well, people don't only identify by skin color, all right? There is beef. So this beef is being exposed, okay? So here we go.
claiming that Nigerian is big, Nigerian is more powerful, Nigeria is African giants. But I sit back and ask myself, what criteria do these innocent Nigerians use to measure their greatness?
Important question. You guys remember the South Africans also tend to say that? So he wants to know what's the criteria that the Nigerians that say claim this, what's their criteria? So let us see, what else he's gonna come up with.
It is becoming clear that most of these people do not read, they do not learn, they don't know their history, let alone knowing the history of other countries or their neighbors. Once upon a time, there was a man called Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, an illustrious son of Africa, came from Ghana in a village community.
Do you guys think the Nigerians are jealous that Kwame Nkrumah came from Ghana? Put it in the chat or when you call in.
I'm using this village or a small, it came from a small community. I'm saying a small community because I want to make a point here. My point is that it isn't about the size of where you are coming from, neither is it the size or the population, the total number of people living in that community. No, it is about equality. It is about what man is capable of doing that makes man a great person. If you are able to pull or to.
So the man is saying it's not about the size or the population or house. That's not what it's about. It's about what you can do. I agree with that. Yes. Like sometimes people tell me, oh, you're from Gambia, it's so small. Sure, it might be small, but that doesn't mean the fight that I have in me, the dream and the spirit, is small. So what? I'm just supposed to all of a sudden be like, oh, I should not be me. I should not pursue my dreams because I come from a small country. Wrong. Hey, small or big, I think it's all in your mind. Make your choice. So that's right. Kwame Nkrumah came from a village. And now look at him. He's internationally known. So here we go.
Make a difference in society, you become great. It has nothing to do with the size of your land or the population. Kwame Nkrumah, a lot has been said about him. He projected the whole Africa as a continent. He projected Africa to the world as a continent that is capable of managing its own affairs. A lot has been said about Kwame Nkrumah. Our books in Ghana said a lot about him, but I got to understand Nkrumah very well when Lumumba from Kenya talks about Kwame Nkrumah and his role in Pan-Africanism, or his role in uniting the entire African continent.
So he's letting you know Kwame Nkrumah is from Ghana, you know, to show how much of a giant Ghana is, because Kwame Nkrumah came from Ghana, who, you know, carried the whole of Africa, all of the black race, to unite the black race all over the world. Because you guys know Kwame Nkrumah, he's a Pan-African. So his dream is to unite, you know, black people in Africa, you know, and black people in the diaspora, but Africa first, to, you know, free Africa. I guess he was working on both, which explains why, you know, they had to remove him. The CIA played a role in that. I mean, he was removed by the CIA. So that's a whole different topic that I would bring. But let's hear what this man, you know, is saying.
Nigeria, with its number, with the size of its land, with its population, has never ever been able to produce any prominent person that can be compared to this Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So you can sit down there and say Ghana is ordinary.
Wait a minute. Did this man just refer to Nigeria, that, you know, they were all doing this?
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, yeah, man. Boy, he got educated feet.
Damn, man, he's calling them out. Let's continue.
Never. We won't take it. We won't. Kwame Nkrumah, his aim was to liberate the entire African continent from colonialism. What were the giants doing as at that time? The so-called...
Wait. He just asked, when Kwame Nkrumah was fighting to liberate the whole of Africa, he said, what were the giants of Africa doing? Well, we got the tape. Somebody sent me the tape. Here's what they were doing.
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, yeah, man. Boy, he...
Yes, well, that's what the Ghanaians sent me. They said this is what the Nigerians were doing when Kwame Nkrumah was fighting to liberate blacks in Africa.
Called giants, African giants. They were sitting down there under colonialism, did not know what to do. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, after driving the British out of Ghana, realized that the independence of Ghana alone is meaningless. It's meaningless.
Man, he brought Nigeria to the table. Like when Kwame Nkrumah was fighting to kick the British out of Ghana, you know, what were they doing? If they are giants, because, you know, Nigerians like to say they help free the South Africans. So now he's saying what this man is saying, that means that, you know, like, that completely contradicts what the Nigerians were doing. So he's asking, if you guys were such a giant, you know, how come you didn't help, you know, free Africa or yourself from colonialism? Here we go.
And so it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. This is a Ghanaian thinking. brain at work. Brain work. Okay? He could see the future. This is a man from ordinary Ghana. Okay, so what was his next action? If Ghana is free and our freedom is meaningless, let's help our neighboring Africans to liberate themselves from colonialism. So Ghana got independence in 1957. You don't forget, you can never liberate yourself from your colonial masters if you are not intelligent.
Oh man, the Ghanaian man is, he's throwing heavy dust. He said, remember this. He said, to liberate Africa, to free yourself from colonialism, the person that fought and put his life on the line is a Ghanaian. So he's saying this is a Ghanaian thinking. And he said they understood just them being free by themselves is meaningless if Nigeria, all the other African nations are not free. So he said this is brain at work here. So he said Nigeria could not even free themselves from their colonial masters. Let's let him continue.
If you are not smart enough, you cannot do that. So if Kwame Nkrumah was able to do it, a Ghanaian was able to, this small country, ordinary Ghanaian, was able to do that for his country. He led his people, sacked the British out of Ghana, then started thinking about the entire black country or African country. His next level of action was directed to the neighboring countries. He managed to come to Nigeria when your forefathers were drinking tea, were relaxing, were so comfortable with the colonialism. This man came there to teach them sense that, look, you are capable, you have what it takes to rule yourself. Get rid of these white people, get rid of these colonial masters, take the mantle, let's unite, let's build a formidable continent.
Wait, did he accuse them of drinking tea with the white people? Guys, don't tell me, no, he did not accuse them of drinking tea. So the Nigerians were there drinking tea with the white people, their own colonial masters. So Kwame Nkrumah had to come to let them know, no, you got to get rid of these white people. So, oh, wait, guys, did he say tea? Tell me he did not say tea. They were there drinking tea. Oh, no. Nigerians, you don't want FBA to hear about this, but unfortunately, some of them are going to hear this. Please, the link is in the chat. Nigeria First, I see you there. Guys, hit the link. Come on through. Let us keep it peaceful, okay? FBS, Nigerian First, I see you back there. I'll bring you in a second.
By then, civilization was not as high as it is today. But look at a Ghanaian thinking. This is a Ghanaian thinking. He led Nigerians, he led your leaders, taught them the way, helped them to free themselves from your colonial masters in 1960. So Ghana became independent in 1957, and 3 years later, the giants, the so-called giants, were helped by Ghanaians to free themselves from their colonial masters. That did not end it. The intelligent man from Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, whom Lumumba from Kenya talked a lot about, said that, look, my brothers, dictators are gone. They are not completely gone. They will come in a different way. Let us unite immediately. Unity.
So the guy laid the history out, but he didn't just, this is not just a beef. He also talked about unity. So sometimes we have to lay out the beef. Let's just finish a few seconds and the panel will be in. Guys, hit the link. Let's have the conversation.
Now, let's do it now. You Nigerians opposed Kwame Nkrumah, but because you could not read, your leaders could not read into the seed of time, your leaders couldn't see what this man was seeing. Then Kwame Nkrumah, what did he say? He said, look, now the people are gone. We have elected our own leaders.
So in many words, he's saying Nigerians were being coons, their leaders could not see that liberating black people coming together would be more powerful, would be best for black people. So he's calling Nigerians out today.
Leaders have started enjoying their positions. Let us unite now before this enjoyment gets into the head of these leaders. Because some of these leaders were self-centered, were not thinking about African unity, opposed what this intelligent man said.
So he's saying Nigeria killed Pan-Africanism. They went against Kwame Nkrumah's, vision of uniting Africa to become one. So several Nigerian leaders helped kill it. That's what he is claiming. That's what he said. So here we go.
Nigerians were one of the people who opposed Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Today, you are suffering more than everybody. Vent your anger on your leaders, not on Ghanaians. We tried to help you. We taught you the way. Our leader pumped sense into the heads of your leaders. They refuse to take it. We are your seniors. We are the champions. We have the knowledge. When Kwame Nkrumah was opposed, he died and left. What happens? Which of the Nigerian leaders ever came out to propose African unity?
He's asking, he said, after Kwame Nkrumah, he said, show him a Nigerian leader that came to propose the unity of Africa.
Which of the Nigerian leaders stood up to use the resources of Nigeria, the number that you boast of, the population, the oil that you boast of? Which of the Nigerian leaders came out strongly to use that to develop Nigeria? None of them. That is where you, the citizens, have to vest your anger, not on Ghanaians. Nigeria is not bigger than Ghana. It may be bigger than Ghana in size, in population, but nothing else. Kwame Nkrumah projected the image of Ghana, so with internationally recognition, we are higher than you.
Ooh, he's like, sure, Nigeria might have bigger size, larger population, but they are not bigger than Ghana. He said, first of all, Kwame Nkrumah put Ghana on the international map, which is true. He said, apart from your size, what else is there that you can show? This Ghanaian man is going in.
There are schools of thought today who are still studying Kwame Nkrumah's ideology. Let me come to another prominent person from Africa who is the pride of Africa. Pride of Africa, Kofi Annan from Ghana.
The Ghanaian man is laying out all their heroes today. Let's go.
Tell me
Kofi Annan, the UN Secretary General, former.
one Nigerian prominent person that could be compared to Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan was UN Secretary General, more or less the president of the world, entire world. Aren't you shocked to hear this? So how great is Nigeria, or how greater is Nigeria than Ghana? Kofi Annan, we call him Kofi Annan, projected the image of Ghana. Ghana is capable of doing it. Ghana is capable of producing the world president. You're talking about your number, the size of your land.
Man, he's like, yeah, Ghana is on the world map. It's not about land size or population size. He said, but that's what you Nigerians are bragging about. What else do you have?
It should be a shame of yourselves that these numbers do not add anything, any positive thing to your lives or to your image. Ghana or Nigeria is never a senior brother to Ghana. Ghana was born in 1957 and Nigeria was born in 1960. Ghana is older than Nigeria for 3 years. We don't make noise.
Boom. He's like, because Nigerians like to say they are the senior brother to Ghana. So he's like, look, now we are older because we got independence before you guys. We just don't make noise. Just because you guys like to be loud doesn't mean that you're our big brother. So he's cooking the Nigerians today. Okay. I see my Nigerian brothers in the back. Don't worry. Let's allow the Ghana man to finish. You would have your chance to respond.
We hold our leaders responsible. We hold them accountable. As you can see what is going on now, these days we are preparing towards election. We are holding our leaders. We are dragging them here and there. We just want them to use the resources, whatever we have in the country. Give us the best. Give us what we deserve as people. This is what you are supposed to be doing in Nigeria. It's not insulting Ghanaians. We want stable electricity from our leaders. We want a security. We want to move about freely and carry out our duties without kidnapping, without Boko Haram. And we are
Ooh, the Ghanaian man is cooking. He's doing the FBA thing, talking about we don't have Boko Haram here. We don't have people running around. Man, I hope the Nigerians are taking notes.
Join it here, right here in Ghana, and you are here too to enjoy with us. Food security is not food, it's not bad here, though we want more, we want an improvement. Our road network, we still call for improvement. And Ghana here, we are peace-loving people. There's unity among the tribes. Religiously, no problem. The Christians and the Muslims live peacefully. We are blessed. Muslims do not go around burning churches. Christians.
Man, he is calling Nigeria out on the carpet. It's like, hey, in Ghana, all of the tribes, they are united. There's no tribalism. That's what he's getting at. He said the religions, Muslim, Christian, whoever, they in Ghana, they get along. He said Muslims are not going to be running around burning, churches there or vice versa. So he is like, yo, Nigeria, what can you say to us? We are peaceful. We are peace-loving people. We're here enjoying it. And most of you are here enjoying it with us. So what's all this crying about? So continuing, just few more minutes. I see the panel, few more minutes.
Do not go around attacking Muslims. We are intelligent. That is how great we are. That is greatness. We live in harmony with each other. Muslims invite Christians on their occasions. The Christians can invite Muslims. When Muslims are celebrating, we celebrate together. We celebrate and they join us. So,
man, he is not only cooking the Nigerians, he's taking them to a classroom. Like, yo, guys, let's be real. I'll put it in an American way. Like, let's say if some of these, like in America, someone want to tell you the truth. Like, hey, check this out. Yo, man, in many words, what he is saying is, yo, you guys are not civilized. You're not at our level. Can't you see this is how we operate over here? The tribes, religion, everyone gets along. When we have our occasion, if you're Christian, the Christian invite the Muslim, vice versa. He's like, everything is good. We don't go around shooting one another, killing one another. So, many words, he's accusing Nigerians of all this stuff. Boko Haram and all. But I have Nigerians right here that called in. They would clear all this, I'm pretty sure.
Peaceful. Fellow Nigerians, when you come to sports, at the World Cup level, Ghana fought to quarterfinals. That is our highest achievement at the World Cup, the seniors World Cup level. Okay. AFCON, we have 4 trophies in our cabinet. How many trophies do Nigerians have? Not up to 4. Nigerians have not gotten to quarterfinals. They have never ever gotten to quarterfinals in the world.
Man, this man wrote notes down. He took Nigerians, he did the inner Africa achievement, and then now he came to the international scene. He's like, yo, if you're such a giant, tell me. He's like, Ghana made it to the quarterfinals in the World Cup. How far have you gone? So he's exposing Nigeria. I know my Nigerian brothers in the back, you can't wait to come in. But just few more minutes, hang tight.
But in the World Cup. So when you come out to tell Ghanaians that, oh, Ghana is ordinary country, Oh, that small country. Oh, Ghana, what? Look, we are bigger than you. I mean, when I hold Ghanaian passport and I move around the world, I can move freely than
Now he is going to the passport. Let's hear what he's about to say.
a Nigerian. Because when you mention the name Nigeria, the next thing that comes into mind is fraudster, Yahoo, prostitution, kidnapping, drug dealing. This is what Nigerians are associated with. This is what Nigerians are noted for internationally. And that is the reason you are
So he's saying Ghana got better reputation in the world than Nigeria. He's saying when you think Nigerian, so all the things he's listing. So he is comparing the power of their passports. Like if you say I'm Ghanaian, who is more trusted versus a Nigerian. So you guys see these beefs are deep. They are dirty too.
becoming a nuisance even on African continent. So when he lost the AFCON and the whole continent was jubilating, go back. If you are wise enough, go back, sit down, ask yourself, why are the people enjoying? It seems everybody is happy. Why is it so? Don't attack anybody. Your attack will worsen your case. Direct the attack to your leaders. Hold them responsible. Let them do the right thing for you to build a peaceful Nigeria for yourself. Your number is huge. The land is big. It does not play to any advantage. It doesn't add any value. And it doesn't make sense. If your land is big, your population is huge, and you are going hungry, you don't have light, the schools are not good, the roads are not good, no security, no peace.
Is this a FBA pretending to be a Ghanaian? So he's saying also Nigeria is so big, they got it going. He said their roads are not good, their schools are not good, food, they don't have food. So man, this Ghana man is going in. All right, few more minutes.
No proper health care. Even your passport could not go anywhere. So if your land is big, and then what is even interesting is when you're talking about greatness, then you begin to talk about the Vito, whiskey, wherever. Is that greatness? The Vito, whiskey, Burna Boy. You're funny. You are really funny. Ghana is your senior brother, and the records are there. Don't just come to talk. Provide reasonable reasons why you think that Nigeria is a senior brother. Reason that can convince a right-thinking person. Because what you are saying is not making sense. I listen to a number of bloggers, and it's like nobody's making sense.
Hello, Mr. Manager.
All right. I got Kidola in the house, Nigerian first. Welcome to the Afridamus report. So I know you couldn't wait Nigerian first. We heard it together. The Ghana man, they've had enough. He is calling you guys out. He said, you're so-called giant. In fact, you are junior brother to Ghana. While Kwame Nkrumah and Ghanaians were fighting for independence, Nigerians were drinking tea with the British.
Yeah, but okay, let me first of all answer that first.
Yeah, take me through
So,
this beef.
see, we are not beefing, okay? Because Ghana, see, when we are competing, we don't look at Ghana. They look at us. We don't. You understand me?
But that's not what they are. You know,
No, that,
they said it's a lot of.
okay, let me tell you
They said
something.
you guys are jealous of them.
Hold on. If you will look most of them, they speak pidgin. They do like things. They behave like us because we have colonized them. This is not. See, let's just cut the crap. See, okay, let me explain to you. First, Afrodemos. If your country, for example, was it Ghana that saved your country when it was in chaos? Was it Ghana that saved your country?
I mean, they.
No,
You
give me
mean
an honest. Let's see.
you mean recently?
Yes, recently.
Well, Ghana played a role. There's Ghanaian troops there.
No, it was not. No, it was not. It was Nigerian troops.
Well,
Nigerians
you
are saying, no.
well,
Listen. No. See.
no, the
Africans,
Ghanaian troops are still there.
no,
You said be honest. No,
no, they
I'm
were
just
not.
saying. No, they are there. I'm telling you,
No,
like.
see,
No,
no,
you know why? Because
see,
no. Wait. Let me tell you.
I
Hold
follow
on,
that.
hold on. You know why?
Send military equipment and military officer to your country to bring peace
No,
here.
I get that, but do you know? Wait, Gambia will be a bad example because you know, like
No, I just want
in
to use.
Gambia, they have a Ghana
No.
town. No, wait. Hold
I know
on.
what you are trying to do here. You are trying to stir up something that is nothing. It's not dead.
No. You asked me
That's
a
what you are
question.
doing.
Hold on. Let me answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
You
Yeah.
asked me a question about
Yeah.
if the Ghana played a role. Yes, there is like an entire Ghana town. They have a Ghana chief there in the Gambia. Like they are literally like there's Ghanaian who are like Gambian citizen too. They have their entire community. So
Yeah.
they do have Ghanaian troops there. So I'm just telling you, I was just there. I saw them.
Okay. Let me ask you. So now it was Ghana, not Nigeria.
No, Nigeria too. Nigeria. No, Buhari. Buhari did because he was the leader of ECOWAS.
Kidola, you see why I always tell to Niger, I will say when issue around West Africa is going on, don't always put it on Nigeria because other people will take cover, then everyone will blame us for what's going on. If you look at the issue of Niger, it was Ghana that went to Ghana president that went to Blinken, the Secretary of State of the United States, telling them that see what this thing the Burkina Faso are doing. It was the Nigeria that you guys some of you hate so much. We didn't even send Burkina Faso out. It was the Ghanaians themselves were doing it. So I don't understand this idea that
No, but you see, but why are you accusing me? I just played the video. Everyone is watching it. I'm not doing anything. I'm just reporting what is out there.
No. You are an educated person. You should know what these people are saying. It's false. It's fake news.
Well,
these are not facts. It's not backed up with facts. For instance, when it comes to the issue of independence, the western part of Nigeria and the northern part of Nigeria was negotiating, and the north was the one that delayed the independence. That was the reason why Ghana came first. It was not that we were sitting down and Ghana just decided to. No, okay, there is a video online on this YouTube, far back 1952, of Nigerian defending Black South Africa that was going to next. This back then, this was 16 years old Nigeria in far away United States defending Africa position. Because if you look at the way those guys were speaking then, we were raised to reason on Africa position. We don't think about Nigerians only. That's why there are one of your richest men in your country, you that is speaking, that have this control this channel. He made his money in Nigeria. You do see us going online?
But what I'm saying, Nigeria first. This is not about me. Why you? I'm just reporting. Look, I'm just. What am I doing? Tell me what I'm doing.
Let me finish. One thing I observe: many Africa, mostly West Africa, they think small. We don't do that.
We don't do that. So the idea
So the man said that
okay,
when
hold on.
Kwame Nkrumah was thinking about liberating Africa,
No, it
fighting,
was
including
not
his.
because you know why?
He said the Nigerian leaders were drinking tea with the
No, because that
the
was fake
British.
news. Even okay, let me tell you something.
But
Current
are you saying they
president,
were not?
they were not, because the current president right
But
now,
Kwame
Ghana,
Nkrumah, like
hold on,
this is written.
okay,
This is written. Kwame Nkrumah's
let me
history.
land, sir.
His story is written everywhere.
The current president of Ghana, their family were the one that deposed Kwame Nkrumah. Did you know that?
I know that.
So good. You see, he was bragging about Kofi Annan.
Yeah, but that doesn't change. But the facts,
yes,
though.
let me land. You see, we don't brag. Currently, right now in the world, the deputy UN Secretary General is in Nigeria. The World Trade Organization, the president is in Nigeria. Africa Development Bank, the president is in Nigeria currently, the president of this organization. We don't go about bragging. You understand me? We don't.
You said what? You said Nigerians don't brag?
We don't. See, we may brag on maybe entertainment, but when it comes to political position in the international stage, we don't care. Yes, when it comes to entertainment, yes, I give you that. We entertainment sport, Nigerians will brag on that. But on political position on international stage, we don't. Even in the international stage, the president of Dead Jam is a Nigerian. Do you see us going on about the president? No, we don't. So there's this false narrative that the Ghanaians.
So what did you think about what the guy was saying, especially the first guy?
Okay, let me tell you. Okay,
the first one. He said. You remember the first video?
Yeah, the first one, the first guy.
Okay.
That was yeah. See, he was also wrong. You understand me? For instance, see, yes, on electricity, I give him that 100%. And some of the things, some of them said, yes, 100%, I will agree with you. Even online here, we Nigerians, we criticize ourselves here.
Man, they even called out your president. It's like, you look at your president can barely walk.
No. See. He's Biden, where you are now, right now. Biden cannot even mention his name as we speak. So what does that mean? Anything? You can insult the president. I don't care. You understand me? So that's not an issue. See the difference between Ghana and Nigeria. Nigeria is going through.
But what is this? Where did the beef come from? Why is Nigerians upset at Ghanaians for celebrating their loss in the AFCON?
If you look at the way they see, he said they were celebrating. If Ghana lose match, we don't go about on the street and start celebrating. You see that alone give you who had jealousy within them. We don't have that jealousy.
So are you guys jealous of Ghanaians for being better?
In a certain area, yes, they are good, but majority, no, they are not close to us. That's fact. If you follow data, so let's not do that. Yes, they have electricity and their country is small. Yes, I get it. It's easy to govern a small place than a large country with millions.
So they are more peaceful than Nigeria, and they get along better.
Yes, because they don't have three large ethnic groups that collide together all the time in the country. They don't have that. They just have one major ethnic group and other smaller ones. So, of course, there will be peace. But in Nigeria, you have like three massive ethnic groups that most of the time, they are the ones causing all the headache in the country. You see? So that's the thing.
Okay. Well, let's bring in Ola.
However, whatever they are saying, these are individual opinion. I'm not going to group all Ghanaians and say all Ghanaians hate Nigeria. Although most times
he said they don't hate your guys.
Okay, if you look recently, Nigeria pastor went to Ghana for a concert, and After that concert, they left. The following Sunday, a pastor in Ghana were complaining that Ghana decided to attend because the guy filled up a 60,000 capacity of a stadium. He was complaining. What was that? Is that not jealousy or hatred? We don't go about trying to hate on anyone. We don't.
Okay.
If you come to Nigeria, you succeed. Fine. There are Cameroons in Nigeria, for example, who are doing well in Nigeria. I even saw a video of a guy, a YouTuber from your country. I didn't even know there are a lot of Ghanaians Gambians in Nigeria doing well. They have businesses. I didn't know that before because the country is so big. You don't know what's going on across the country. So we don't sit down and just decide to hate on another country.
Okay. So do you think this guy is just delusional? He's just coming.
Of course, because we don't make noise that we are. That's it. That's why I'm not a Pan-African.
You said Nigerians don't make noise or brag.
No,
is that?
See. Nigerian citizens and Nigerian leaders are different. I'm talking about Nigerian leaders.
But are you saying they don't brag?
Nigerian leaders don't brag. They don't go about telling, I give this to this.
No, not the leaders. I'm talking about Nigerians in general.
No. Because if you look what the guy listed, it's about what their leaders have done. That's what he said. So I'm trying to tell you that our leaders don't go about saying they have helped this, they have helped that. No, they don't do it.
So who do you think? If you compare Nigerians to Ghanaians, who would you say brags the most?
No, because when it comes to entertainment and sport, yes, I would say Nigerian. On that.
No, I'm talking in general. Ghanaians do not brag. They are very quiet. They are very tight-lipped about things.
We don't go. It's always.
But Nigerian first. Let's be honest though. Even here in the States, even here in America, wait. Me knowing like Ghanaians, like you can say anything about them, but bragging, that's not their thing. That we can agree on.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Okay. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to. After that was when you bring this kind of topic, I don't know where to start.
Because Kidola, the guy cooked you guys.
It's good because it's their opinion, which is fine.
Anybody
but what I'm trying to say is that some of the things they said was wrong. Was not the fact. Because if you look at the books, we don't go about saying we are Pan-African and go back and do different things. No. If you look at our actions, that's why I say when it comes to Africa, pay attention to people's actions, not what they say in their mouth. You understand me? When you look at Nigeria, for example, our leadership, look at their actions, the things they support, they use money, they actually put money up.
But he said Nigeria is stagnant, Ghana is moving.
Oh,
so I mean, there's Nigerians, crossing the border illegally into Ghana for better life.
No. Hold on. Let me just finish now. I go allow you talk. See, you see the difference. When
in fact, even the Ghana pigeon is now getting better than the Nigerian one. But continue.
Go ahead. Okay. See, the difference between Ghana and Nigeria is that when things are going bad in the country, we don't keep quiet and allow things to just destroy. We speak out. Even you see people complain online or go on the street and protest. We don't just sit back. Ghana economy is not doing better than Nigeria economy currently. It's not. I don't think for the past 10 years Nigeria have gone to the.
But IMF. The cedi is stronger. The cedi is still stronger than the naira.
See. Let me tell you what Nigeria did. For the past 40 years or so, Nigerians have been using like the government, like subsidized, like defend, like subsidize the currency. So they just decide to stop. You understand me? Because we cannot, because government is not sustainable. It's no longer sustainable. That's what happened. And the market is correcting itself as we speak now.
Look, Nigerian folks, you see, there's a lot of things. You see, it's not now some Ghanaians, I'm not saying all of them, some Ghanaians have been trying to hate on Nigerians.
So Kidola, so because Ghanaians said they've had enough of you Nigerians being jealous and hating on them.
Yes. They be saying.
And did you listen to the video? The man called you guys out.
Sometimes I see some of them online and look, it's not now that even some Ghanaians even call us savages. It's like 50s. You understand me? It's like 50s. Before they finally drove our Nigerians out of their country, then they seized their properties.
Well, they said you better be careful before they do Nigeria back. They said, Nigeria must go. They said, you guys have been talking too much. You better be careful before they return the favor.
Oh, they did it first. They did it first before we retaliate.
Any Nigerian that own property in Ghana, I think he's just fooling himself. You understand?
Wait, why you say that?
Because they are not trustworthy. That's the truth.
But they're saying you guys pretend to be nice when you want to.
Afrodamus, look, it's not now. If you go down to 1950s, I'll come back to that Nkrumah. Even 1950s, when Nigeria was, some of them went over there. You see, Africans migrate. They do things. Some Nigerians went there, they started doing business. Through that business, they start getting really, really jealous. So the jealousy of this evidence of this Ghanaian started from their great-great-grandfathers. It doesn't start now. That's why I would have been very pleased if your empire would have really been able to get to the Ashanti, because it was the Dahomey that stopped them. Look, Ghana be projecting this kind of secret hatred for nowhere. They get jealous and envy something on Nigerians, right? That's good, no problem. But before then, inside 60s, before they are.
But they said they don't hate Ghanaian and Nigerian. They said they love. They said they love you guys.
Afrodamus. Look. 60s, when their head of state at that time drove Nigerians, they seized most of their properties. The Nigerians left. Then after some years, maybe 10 years, Ghana economy started getting bad inside 1976 or something like. Even immediately inside early 70s at that time. What happened? A lot of Ghanaians trooped to Nigeria. You want to talk about prostitute? When Ghanaians came to a place called Edo State, what were they doing? They were coming in with their guests. We thought our people rented houses for them in Benin. Out of the blue, 10 guys would be trooping out of their rooms. They said, what is going on? Before they know the so-called games that were going on at that time. They were in Nigeria doing shoemaker. That's where I really know them. I've never met a Ghanaian. I only know them as shoemakers. You understand me? They were pretty darker than me. You know what I'm saying? Some of them later become shoemakers in my university. Even when Nigeria said Ghana must go, we Nigerians said no, they're not doing that.
But you see, they said you better be careful before they return the same favor.
They have to ask themselves. They said
a lot of your people are there.
Afrodamus, have Ghana ever borrowed money for Nigeria to sustain the economy? It's easy to take numbers away from your currency, like what Turkey did. Then your currency will remain like if it's high. You start look. I'm not against the whole Ghanaians, but it seems there's a trend in this YouTube or even real life, even in entertainment, they will blame us. Oh, they're not carrying us along. These Nigerians are not.
So Kidola, so what do you make of saying? Both of them said you guys calling yourself the giant of Africa is all fake. He said, what do you have for? He said, what is it beside Nollywood? What do you guys have to show for? What do you have?
Okay. You want to talk about Nollywood? When Nigeria started acting film like as the Wharton, early 1987, Ghana was still acting film like in the village, putting rapper in their.
Yeah, he said that's the only thing you guys have you can show.
Hold on. It was JJ Rollins that came to approach Babangida at that time and said, please teach us how you doing these things. That's when Nigeria started. That's the cultural exchange that happened at that time. That's when Nigeria started bringing in Ghana into most of Nigeria movie early 90s already. You understand? So Ghana could not able to pull out what Nigeria was already pulling out. Okay, is it the Gollywood that the Ghana people were running at that time? Who were sponsoring it? It was even the Nigerians asked them to look for beautiful places, asked them to look for houses. The Ghanaians said, no, we don't have no houses. Then when Nigeria started coming there to shoot a film in Ghana, what was they doing? If a Nigeria rented a hotel in Ghana, they'll say pay $10,000 as kind of like for the down. If you take a taxi, you charter there, they'll say pay some money. And then Nigeria left that area, started shooting, movie there. Then what happened? The Nigerians started telling the Ghanaians also that are coming to there to say, oh, why don't you put $10,000 money down before we can employ you? You understand me?
But Kidola, let's go back to the time of colonialism. When Kwame Nkrumah, like the man said, was fighting the British. He said the Nigerians were sitting there drinking tea with the white people.
Forget that guy. Forget Nkrumah. Nkrumah didn't succeed in anything. Rather, he does it to market.
But see, he's a Pan-African.
Oh, no, forget this Pan-African. Look, this fake Pan-African is that they try to sell. You understand me? That they try to sell from Ghana. What's the meaning of Pan-Africanism really? They named Ghana after a Soliki Empire. The Ghana will never have this Ghana Empire you see now. So Nkrumah strategically took that name to feel very important. You understand me? You never say, why did I look for a nationality name to name Ghana? You understand it? But he went to pick a name from somewhere else and name himself. Nkrumah history. Forget Lopemba that's singing Pan-Africa. Pan-Africa never really exists. Nkrumah was dancing with that corrupt man from Ethiopia, Haile Selassie. You understand me? Haile Selassie. He was dancing with that Haile Selassie.
But he said they freed you guys. Nkrumah was able to kick the British out of Ghana.
They did free nothing. Why Ghana ever got independence? It's because of those guys that came from the Second World War that they get shot because they were asking for their pension and whatever they're asking for. That's how it's not Nkrumah that really lead that independence. It was the masses of the Ghanaian people that did that thing. It was not just him, but he picked the Pan-African. Oh, if I'm not free, you're not free. If I'm free, you're not free. He just at the end of the day, what was Ghana doing? Ghana was trying to group Egyptians and Tunisians as one as Africa. That's how he married to the Egyptian woman. He was looking for a wife. He didn't even trust the Ghanaians to even marry at that time. It was so Pan-African as that time. Nkrumah was never a Pan-Africanist. These are just games and games. Okay, if Nkrumah is so Pan-Africanist, why is Ghana not really showing it as Pan-Africanism? What we see is
he said they even have Kofi Annan, who also have a white Swedish, but
he doesn't. Look, I don't want to go to.
But he said Ghana, because Kwame Nkrumah was talking about liberating all of Africa. He said he would never be.
That's why I don't want to blame the old Ghana, because if you want to talk about Kofi Annan is an in-law to Nigeria because we want to marry to a Yoruba woman. So I don't want to really go towards sometime what some of these people are trying to spill out of them. But we see the pattern of always, the Nigerians come here to learn this. The Nigerians come here to do this. Okay, if we come there to learn it, then why is it that we come better than you? It doesn't matter. You understand me? Jump to look at this, even the so-called Guinness Book of Record. Oh, the Nigerians are sitting in that board. You understand me? They just use us. I don't know if it's a trend in the internet so they can get a lot of traffic from there, but I think in a way you start seeing a pattern. Look at the African Cup of Nations. They were the ones saying, they cannot get Afrobeat, get this, get that, get that. Yeah, we are bragado people. We brag. You understand? But before we brag, we must do what we really want to brag of. You understand me? But we don't hate on it, but because in Nigeria alone, you compete. That guy talking about the population. You are just populated, not this, not that. Have you ever seen Nigerian people begging Black Americans to come and give school books? If that what you want to portray, hunger and kidnapping, is Ghana ever united? He
said they are more united. He said Muslims and Christians get along. He said they get along. He said they get along better.
That's what you see. That's what you see. He's talking about poverty. Check this YouTube. Who is taking books to all this school? Black Americans are coming with pencil and books to give to the children in this school. That's one thing their kings are asking for as part of the contribution before they get a land. Contribute, add, do this, do that. Afro TikTok bought a land in Nigeria. He will become even a Nigerian citizen. He will be even given a chief title. Do you see the king of Nigeria asking him, are you this? Are you that? Are you that? Are you this? You understand me? We don't do like that. You can come to there and come and stay. In YouTube here, we see a lot of this coming. What is going on in Ghana? Is that Pan-Africanism really? You invite people.
But he said they produce one of the greatest Pan-Africanists there
What kind
is.
of Pan-Africanism are they producing? There's a lot. Look, there's a lot of Ghanaians in Nigeria. Sometimes we see them in the hotel. They walk over there. Sometimes we see them. They have their businesses. That's why I don't want to generalize because, sorry, what some of them are portraying is not a majority of them, because I know a lot of some of them married to a lot of Nigerian women also who live in Nigeria. So what I'm trying to say is this: the what happened in the past. Yeah,
and he mentioned Boko Haram too.
You see, don't wish, because okay, Boko Haram, are we not the one fighting it ourselves? Do you see?
Well, he's saying that he said they are more peaceful. They are stable, and in fact, you guys are over there enjoying the peace with them.
I think when they experience what called Boko Haram and some of these dubious people come towards the north from Burkina Faso come into Ghana, I wonder how Ghana can fight them. If they're going to fight them with Kinte or whatever they want to fight them with. This is not a joke. You understand me? This is not a joke. You understand me? So what I'm trying to say now is this: it's not majority of them, but a lot of them have this disdain. You know, I told you, even in the overseas, if you work with them in the same place, they will systematically tell their bosses, don't trust this Nigerian. You know, they can betray just like even that Ghana president was one time in TV saying, those days when Nigerians are passing, they just allow the pass. They have to hold us weak and theirs behind. That man was also having that jealousy.
But Kidora, do you think right now who is at a better position, stronger to kick who out? You think, because Ghana is saying they can kick Nigerians out. They can do Nigeria must.
You cannot compare population like maybe less than Lagos. You understand me? Less than Lagos. And population about almost 225 million. You understand me? We have to look who is Ghanaian self in Nigeria, because some of them are already blending. You understand me? How can we kick people down? How can we? Okay, let's do they kick Nigerians. That's good. We're not going to kick Ghanaians out, because if you already blend into Nigeria, you're already a Nigerian in a way, even if you don't have the Nigerian nationality. You understand me? So let them do it. Let them kick us out. You understand me? I want them to dare try it. They should dare try it. You understand me? Kick them out. If they're criminals, drive them. But let them kick the masses. Okay, you people leave now. Let them dare try it. You understand me? So it's not going to happen. Even if they kick us out, we're not going to kick the people out, because these people in Nigeria, because they didn't do us nothing. Everybody's competing to have a bread on the table. You understand me? So we already know how to look. If I shared with you in the same place, you're the one winning. I will not negotiate with you. Let's agree on a certain price, or I will shake you and say, man, you defeat me in this place. Let me go and look for another post to post my shade. You understand me? I will leave you, but I will never.
And Ola, he also brag about how good their Ghanaian passport is better than the Nigerian. He said.
Okay, it's good. Every sometimes people have up and down, but you should not forget that Ghanaians were using Nigerian passports. These are 80s to travel to America and London. Most Ghanaians that went to United States and London, early 80s and late 70s were visa free then to London, but most of them passed through Nigeria to travel.
By the way, I think what the Ghanaians are doing currently, I think is even good, because this is the reason why I always warn Nigerians that come on here. I said, criticize the leadership of the government.
Talk about 419. You talk about 419.
No, hold on.
Hold on. Let me hand up. You talk about 419.
I always say criticize the government, but trying to just badmouth the country.
The Sakawa boys, check the Sakawa boys in Ghana. The Sakawa boys in Ghana is like Yahoo boys in Nigeria. Check the Sakawa boys in Nigeria. You see, you can pick what you want to pick. If you talk about Yahoo or whatever fraud or scam, check the Sakawa boys in Ghana. It's the same thing as Yahoo boys in Nigeria. They all involved in different type of things. He's talking about they're dealing on some certain substances. Is Ghanaians also not doing it? You understand me? Is Ghanaians also not doing it? So what you see is you select what you want to select. You make a big mouth in there. You can easily go to back and spoil the other person's name. Just the way their president went to sit with the United States and said,
And Kidola, he said your president can barely even walk.
Yes, it doesn't matter. It's our president, right? It doesn't matter to us. It's our president, right? Joe Biden is there. It's the United States president. But he have to also understand that his own president is going around inviting people, but with a fake promise. He talk big on TV, but no action. You get what I'm saying?
Wait, Kidola, what do you make of when he said you guys can't even free yourself from colonialism? Kwame Nkrumah fought the British. He got his wish.
Okay, so if the guy got his own wish, right? He said at that time, the Nkrumah himself, what was the achievement at that time, and what kind of United Africa was trying to create at that time? You understand me? He came to Nigeria to sit with the white man, said, you must have to go now. You understand me? You must have to go now.
Wait, Kidola, this man said scammers in Ghana half are Nigerians according to Google.
Look, I said, see, they always deflect. If you work with them in overseas, a lot of Nigerians are complaining about it. If you work with them in the same office, they will betray you just like their president betrayed Burkina Faso man. They will always go for back to tell the head. There was one story that came out. A Nigerian guy was like the head of the HR in a company somewhere in Western world. A Ghana man was sitting down on that board. They asked him, who do you want not to be employed? The Nigerian guy set up the business. The Ghana man said, he doesn't want a Nigerian person to be in this company. That guy was fired immediately. You understand me? He was being set up. So if you work with them in Japan, if you work with them in United States, if you work with them in London, don't trust them. We Nigerians never really trust them because they will always go from the back and betray you. At the moment they see you as a Nigerian, there is this kind of low self-esteem that come out of them in time. Like they get very scared. You understand me? So they will always betray you, just like the way their president. It's a trace.
Nana Akufo?
Nana Akufo was sitting down with some Americans. You see the way the Americans were looking at him? If you're a traitor, like, look, they call it the useful idiot. What was he looking for? $3 billion. He sold out the other people. Just almost like a
Afrodemos. Let me see. If you observe Nigeria, for instance, when we are speaking in the international listing,
let's Judas speak. Let Judas speak, man.
Hold on. I just want to check.
Come on, it's no longer your turn. Let's
hold on. I'll be right back here. Zongo, be the moderator for a second, okay?
We don't say I am a Nigerian and we just speak on Nigeria issue. We represent Africa. That's how we think. You don't need to preach it to us that we go all my people and be shouting we are Pan-Africanism. We that's just bullshit. Go ahead,
Judy.
Judy, it's your turn now to speak.
Yes. I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Go ahead. You can speak.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate that we have a banter between Ghana and Nigeria. Look, man, all this stuff. See, Ghanaians or Ghana has been becoming. There's no importance of Ghana trying to, throw their wings on Nigeria. I was even talking to a Ghanaian, and he was telling me how Nigerians and Ghanaians they get along, this and that. As a Cameroonian, I don't have anything to talk about. I'm like, man, you guys don't even share border with Nigeria. Guys, Nigerians have put Ghana on the map on so many stuff, man. It comes to movie industry. Most of Ghanaians actors, actresses are going to Nigeria. Come on. All these who is better?
But Jude, you've heard the video, and yes, the Ghanaian guy did say, apart from Nollywood, what else makes, Nigeria the giant? And he went back in history and he said, while Kwame Nkrumah was fighting the British, the Nigerian leaders were drinking tea with the British.
I want to ask you, right? When people talk of independence, they actually really need to know what independence is. Ghana did not gain independence in 1957. This is what happened. When you gain independence, you automatically take control over that country. In 1957, Nkrumah Nkrumah wasn't a president. Nkrumah Nkrumah became president in Ghana in 1960. Let's be clear. From 1957, the Queen was still the Queen of Ghana. While the Kwame Nkrumah, I think he was a prime minister. So being a prime minister in 1957 and there's an upper hand on top of you doesn't mean you gain independence. It's just an overstatement that many people have not realized in Africa. When you talk
what do you mean?
No,
yes, he was first a prime minister.
Yeah,
then
he was
he
a
became
prime minister
president. Yes.
Yeah, he became president in 1960, and when you become president, is actually
Right.
when they give you the. Let me finish. It's
Like
actually
that's the transition period.
Yeah. But most countries did not have that transition. I mean, so
no, they
instead of
did.
saying,
Even in Gambia, it was the same.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
He was prime minister. He was prime minister first. Then he became president.
Right, but I mean, being prime minister and the queen is still the one that is running your economy does not mean you gain independence.
So, according to the man, is Nigeria the giant of Africa? Should they be bragging? Are they jealous of Ghana?
Of course, I can tell you about the history of Ghana is jealous of Nigeria. People say Ghana is. Let me finish. People say Ghana is secure. Ghana is secured. Did you know what happened between Western Togoland and Ghana and the current Ghana? Do you know what Western Togoland is?
I've heard.
You probably don't know this.
I've heard. This is the secession group.
Let me finish. Togo, as we speak, was divided into two halves when the Germans left. The British took one part and the French took one part. The part that the French took became Togo right now as we speak. The part of Togo that was divided, that was an English part. The British decided to join it to Ghana. Like this case of Cameroon, where we did not join Nigeria, we instead joined the French Cameroon. Why the British Togo joined Ghana. For some reason, the British Togoland, or they call it the Western Togo, have been fighting for independence for a long time underground. But most of them have been killed. They have been maimed. As we speak right now, there are a lot of Western Togoland in jail in Ghana.
Yeah, it's just like Casamas. Just like Casamas.
Exactly. As many other countries in the world,
Yeah, but are you saying Ghana is not peaceful because of that? That's in a small region.
No. If you ask
because
me,
because we have the MFDC there, like in Senegal, right, in Casamas region. But that doesn't affect Senegal's stability or Gambia's.
I know about Casamas. I know about Ghana. I know about Nigeria. I know probably most countries in Africa or their history. So this is the thing. Peaceful. When you talk of a country being peaceful, and there's a kind of uncertainty in the country where people feel marginalized, people are grumbling behind closed doors, talking about what is happening, this and that. Come on, man, you cannot call that country peaceful. Now, when it comes to international scene, Ghanaians are trying to show themselves as peaceful. I remember back in the days when Cameroon was also doing that. Oh, we were one of the most peaceful countries in Africa. But no, we were suffering. We Anglophones were being marginalized. We are still being doing that. So this thing
but
of
Kwame Nkrumah was fighting for your liberation.
Come on. Kwame Nkrumah came up with an individualistic form of calling it Pan-Africanism, which was a form of he came up with this policy because he wanted to use it. Did you know that Ghanaians did not agree with Nkrumah Pan-Africanism?
Yeah, I get that, but he freed Ghana though.
Let me finish. He did not free Ghana. Other countries also freed themselves from the Europeans and stuff. Kwame was of no importance in Africa. He came up with Pan-Africa.
Judah, did you wait? Okay, let me ask you this. So, Judah, what about what the man said? Like because we cannot deny this. We can pretend we don't like. Somebody might not like Kwame Nkrumah, but no one can deny that he, in fact, fought the British. He went to prison.
Kwame Nkrumah did not. He fought the British in Ghana. How did Kwame Nkrumah fighting British in Ghana affect?
He did. He went to. Well, you know that he went to prison, right? He won. Wait, he won the election while locked up in prison. Did you? Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish.
For the British in Africa. I mean,
hold on. I'm coming. So no, I want. Just hear me out. Hold on. Just hear me out, Judah. So the guy said.
Are you gonna let people make their point? Then
I'm just asking you. Let me ask you. So the guy is saying while Kwame Nkrumah is fighting for independence to liberate Africa, right? The Nigerians were there drinking tea with the British. That's what I was asking you.
Kwame Nkrumah did not liberate Africa. When you go to Senegal, they talk of people like Senda Senghor. These were people that fought the French to their tooth. You go to Guinea-Bissau, they fought their own country. You go to Guinea-Conakry.
No, uniting Africa. That's
no. This guy, what I'm telling you is he had an individualistic mindset. Okay. This was what happened. And Kwame Nkrumah was very tribalistic. During his period as 3 years in power, he took only his countrymen to rule Ghana. Most of his countrymen were benefiting. So he came up with that policy of Pan-Africanism to cover what he was doing. That was when he traveled, the people were suffering. They realized that was the best chance for them to throw him out. And they did a coup d'etat and throw him out. And Kwame's... Let me finish.
So, Judah, are you accusing Kwame Nkrumah of being tribalist?
Of course. In Kwame's... Let me finish. In Kwame's fight in Ghana has no impact in Cameroon, has no impact. The French, African, or Cameroon did not... I mean, we don't even talk about Kwame Nkrumah in our own history. He was of no use. Maybe in South Africa, I don't think South Africa talk about him in their own history. So when they say he fought for Africa, I'm confused. Was he the one that was sponsoring all these military groups or spirit of nationalism across it? No, he wasn't. Now, I also hear of you talking about their currency. Did you know Ghana has one of the worst currency in the year? Their currency was even more worse than Zimbabwean dollar. I mean, 1 billion Ghanaian cedis. You could actually use 1 billion Ghana cedis to buy a loaf of bread. It was out of a sudden that they took out. Let me finish. It was out of a sudden that they cut out almost like 15 zeros.
Wait, do you know that the top 10 most powerful currencies in Africa, Ghana is among the top 10? Can you Google $1 to the cedi?
Afidemus, you are talking now because the zero.
You're talking about before?
I'm talking about before. They had one of the worst. Even Zongo can testify.
No, I'm talking about right now.
Of course, but what I'm telling you is they had to chop out the zeros. If you had a currency called 1 billion Ghana cedis, they went and took out almost the nine zeros. And they make it 10. They start calling it 10 Ghana cedis, equivalent to probably 10 United States dollars. But of course, I mean, that was how the inflation kind of even dropped out of Ghana. Now, I wouldn't stick to that point. Come on, man. Are you gonna let me to talk? At least when I come here, I want to give you on both parts. Now,
we're listening.
Now, comparing Ghana to Nigeria is a gross exaggeration. If you take out Nigerian economy that they have invested in Ghana economy will crumble. Do you know that most of the biggest banks in Ghana are controlled by Nigeria? Come on, man. Most of the biggest, I remember a few years ago, and when they talk of this Pan-Africanism stuff, it's still a tribalistic mindset. Do you know that Ghanaians will chase out Burkina Fasos, Burkina Faso, and all Northern Africans, all these Malians out of their country and Nigerians, but they will bring in African Americans? Come on, man. You cannot be practicing tribalism while chasing out your own people and looking for people that got money to come into it. That's not tribalism. That's individualistic or a tribalism. Let's call it how it is. Come on. Now saying Nigerians are jealous. I don't see Nigerians jealous. They have a bigger country, landmass, population.
Yeah, but that's
I
what the
mean,
guy is saying. He said,
I
"What is Nigeria doing with that?"
I mean, what is Ghana? Ghana is not first in anything in Africa. They are not first in economy in Africa. They are not first in development in Africa. They are not first in anything. So I mean, even Cameroon, we don't. You see, as we speak today, most Ghanaians in Cameroon are doing fishermen. When they run the Ghana must go in Nigeria, most of the guys that did not arrive Ghana instead entered into Cameroon. And as we speak today, I can go on the street of Limbe and do interviews to the fishermen, and they will tell you that Kwame Nkrumah or the president in hand has not even come back to call their people because they have found a safe haven in Cameroon as we speak. So I mean, it's just of recent that people are talking about this Ghana stuff. I mean, I wouldn't talk much, but they are of no importance. So let's call a spade how a spade is. And I'm gonna yield the floor to someone to go ahead and talk.
Zongo, come on in, Zongo.
Greetings to you, Afrodamas.
Greetings,
greetings to
Zongo.
greetings to the panel and greetings to the chat. Go ahead, Afrodamas.
So Zongo, you hearing the conversation? Are Nigerians, from are they jealous of Ghanaians? The Ghanaians have had enough. They finally spoke out. They said, Nigeria, if they're such a giant, why are they coming to Ghana, running all over the place? And just like that guy laid it out step by step. But I know you probably have, you've heard what people have said on the panel that you want to, address. But go ahead. Okay.
Well, I would say,
sorry, before you go, Zongo, the current deputy treasury secretary in America is a Nigerian. Do you see us going online and start saying, bragging it to everybody? So when you talk about international stage, there are even Ghanaians also.
Even World Trade Organization, the president of World Trade Organization.
Hold on, guys. Let Zongo speak.
Well, so I understand. I think today's conversation, like in every country, we have like the upper, middle, and the lower class. So I understand this whole conversation stems from mostly probably the lower middle class or the lower class, probably Ghanaians and Nigerians. So I don't think an upper class Ghanaian or upper middle class Ghanaian or Nigerian will even hold such conversation. So I mean, for the purpose of this conversation, I understand where this conversation actually originated from, right? So as far as I heard what the guy presented about Kwame Nkrumah, and I saw I think Kidola or Nigeria First disagreeing. I think in terms of like Pan Africanism, I mean, Kwame Nkrumah was way more Pan African than a lot of the Nigerian leaders, right? I mean, just like in other countries, they had like sabotage from the tribal groups. Kwame Nkrumah also had a sabotage from the majority ethnic group. They went to the Queen and they told her they weren't ready for independence, just to sabotage the struggle for independence, right? But overall, he was able to organize the whole people, the whole country, and then eventually they were able to achieve independence. And then if you watch his declaration of independence, it's very indicative. He said, the independence of Ghana is meaningful until the total liberation of the whole African continent. That's how you can tell how visionary he was. But this is not to say like all Ghanaians are like that, but in terms of like from the individual point of view, as a Pan-African, he was exposed
But
to
the point the guy is making, he said that thinking is from a Ghanaian brain, and the Nigerians weren't thinking like that. They were busy drinking tea with the British.
I mean, a lot of Africans were thinking that because Kwame Nkrumah was exposing, he was among the blacks. They preached Pan Africanism. What is his name? What is his name? The Jamaican.
Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey. That's where the inspiration actually stemmed from. But in terms of, he was the one who helped in implementing the whole idea of Pan Africanism into a practical reality. I mean, this whole organization of African unity started from him, and then with the help
So
of
Zongo,
allies.
like the Ghanaian, your fellow Ghanaian said, he said Nigerians calling themselves the giant of Africa is a hoax. They are not the giants. In fact, he laid it out. is Nigeria the giant of Africa?
Well, I would say like see, because a lot of times most Africans we speak out of vain. Giant. It's actually meaningless. You gotta look at all sectors, all the industries within the country, and see which where they are performing and where they are not performing. A lot of time, I think the conversation centers a lot more on entertainment, which is really counterproductive. It doesn't make sense. I mean, we want
But
industrial
you
space.
see, but the Ghana must go was a real thing, and the you are the Ghanaian man. He's like, in fact, the Nigerian better be careful because we're gonna do Nigeria must go and kick all of them out. So it's not just delusional talk. These things, in fact, is real people thinking these real things.
Yeah, but Afrodamus, my people. I mean, I don't think a lot of Ghanaians hate Nigerians, right? I don't
Well,
necessarily
yes,
think.
they said they don't. They said,
Yeah,
in fact, they. But do you think the Nigerians are just, paranoid or self-centered, thinking that when
I think
the Ghanaians hate them?
I think in most cases they are, because I mean, in the case of I think Nkrumah, like the whole, because Kidola, I think Kidola, I'm kind of surprised that Kidola made such a point that Kwame Nkrumah stole the name Ghana from Ghanaian Empire. Well,
The Ghana Empire, which is my people's empire.
yeah, but
But
it shows.
I guess he's just because the empire stretched all the way into Burkina Faso and northern today some places called northern Ghana. So technically, some northern Ghanaian, were part of that kingdom too.
No, let me tell you the rationale behind that. Because I think Kidola is not really, he doesn't think critically sometimes. Because the reason is when most of the colonialists, when they came, they identified those regions based on the resources they find those places, right? When they came to the Ghana, there's a lot of gold over there, so they called them the Gold Coast. But the people over there, they had their own names. They didn't identify themselves based on the resource in those regions. But the colonialists labeled them Gold Coast, Ivory Coast, the Niger area, and so on and so forth, right? So he felt like, no, we are very prideful people. We have our own history. So he went deep down into the African history to find a very respectful name to name the country, which is more which is a prideful name. A name such as Nigeria, which is given by a colonialist, is not a prideful name. So I don't see why Kidola would make such a preposterous argument on that, right?
You want to allow Kidola to respond?
No, let me address another point too.
Okay.
Like I think Nigeria First was also saying that a lot of them, like when they come to when they come to Ghana, the pastor, some of the pastors were not happy that most of the Ghanaians they visited the Nigerian pastors. But this shows you how Ghanaians love you guys. Actually, if they went to your pastor to listen to your sermons, it means they like you, not everybody, right? So
No, but
how can you make such an argument? But
what I'm trying to say is that we don't complain when people come into our country and get whatever they want and leave. We don't complain because we know it is business. But when it comes to other most times I see it on YouTube, it's always Ghanaian that's complaining. Is it on entertainment? Is it Christianity again? It's crazy. Most you guys complain about Nigeria, everything. Christianity, entertainment, movie.
But Nigeria First, I'm sorry, but I mean, sometimes the way you speak, it tells me how limited your
No, you are the one who is limited.
Your frame of mind sounds right.
Because so, it's crazy.
It's my turn. Can I speak without interrupting you?
Listen.
I didn't interrupt you when I was speaking. When you were speaking.
Listen to me.
Can I speak? Why are you very emotional?
Hold on.
Learn how to control your emotions.
I'm tired of it because I really actually hate the headline that Afrodemus post. I don't
wait. What did I do?
Because the reason why you do this thing, you create this particular show today. You just did it to stir up something.
Stir up what? Why are you accusing me? What did I do?
Listen, I don't see the reason.
I'm just doing my job. Look.
No.
Look. It's a bad. Okay. Continue. How many times have you seen me show the diaspora, quote unquote, the diaspora beat? You never had problem with that.
Hold on.
I'm just doing my job.
No. You are not. Listen, profiting from hate is not. It's not a job.
Hate, really?
Because the blame should be on you.
Can I
Can you allow Zongo to finish, please?
No. Hold on first. Let me not
Okay,
blame.
no, please. Allow, no, you're taking his time. You're taking. Hold on.
You know what you're doing.
Hold on. Allow Zongo, please, to finish his point. Go ahead, Zongo.
I mean, come on. I mean, do you really know how like nations operate? Actually, I mean, it shows me how limited like your frame of mind kind of like is, because like if you go on social media platform and you see certain group speaking on entertainment, so you generalize it as the representation of the whole country. Are you serious? Is that what you're thinking? That a lot of people will have really time to be having conversation about just entertainment. What revenue does the entertainment industry even bring to the whole country? Are you serious? So I think sometimes when you have this kind of conversation, you have to broaden your understanding. Go back into your country's budget, see where your country's revenue come from, the trade between Ghana and Nigeria. Where are you guys making money? In fact, maybe probably bilateral relations between Nigeria and Ghana, they make huge sums of money from those areas. I mean, in Ghana, there are a lot of Nigerian students coming to schools over there. I mean, nobody's also complaining about that. And most of the Nigerian students that come from those classes, they don't complain about being discriminated in those places. So it's just a lot of I think the conversation comes from lower class people from Nigeria and Ghana, and then you make it seem as if it's the representation of the whole countries of both countries, which shouldn't be the case. I think sometimes this conversation needs to be held, because a lot of times, because you said rightfully, because a lot of times it's the Nigerians that come on this platform to just brag as if, I mean, because I've been hearing a lot of them saying even in America they were the most successful immigrant group, which is not completely
But
true.
Nigerians do brag, though. We can't deny that.
Of course, no. I'm here to tell like that's not
like these videos are literally out there. I think people need to start being honest instead of pretending, like casting labels on people. Because like, what makes anybody think your form of thinking is more superior to the way other people think, where you call them lower thinking or not? Like, this is the reality. Like, we can pretend that it isn't. I don't know what it's based off of, or seeing me as the devil, but these are reality. You know, the difference is I do not pass judgments on anyone. I just see the world as it is. Maybe that's why maybe that's why I'm able to present things.
Yeah.
See, when you see the world that way, for me, it's not. It's not like evil or hate.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, humans. This is just humans. Like, I'm not passing any judgment.
Yeah.
So blaming me for what is real is crazy.
It's completely preposterous.
People are free to give their opinion. So you shouldn't make it as if this, because what those people just give.
But still, you're the one interpreting it that way.
But you make it seem, because the way you post it, not everyone will see.
Yeah, but sometimes you need to set the record straight. I mean, it's not about stop what you're saying. I mean, you came here also refuting the man's point, saying that there's a lot of like Nigerians hold high positions on the world stage. I mean that is completely true, right? I mean, so it's just setting the record straight, right? But I mean, for me, I don't see that as something. It's just an individual accomplishment, If you have
Zongo, are Nigerians jealous of Ghanaians?
I think both countries are not jealous. I mean, they are not really jealous of each other. I think. However, if you come from a lower class and you see someone coming from a different country performing better than you, there's a tendency that the person might,
Yeah, but when you say lower class, isn't that subjective? Who gets to decide who is lower class or upper class? Like, what is it based? Or like, what is it? What is the criteria? What do you base it off of?
I mean, I'll just give you a typical example. I mean, in the case of the U.S., right, when you see a lot of migrants coming to the U.S., working, uh, making money. You see, sometimes you see a lot of people from the people who doesn't like migrants coming to America making money are mostly people from the lower class. You see
Now,
them say,
but
"Oh,
again, you describe your idea. Like, what would you consider a lower class, for example? Because, like, for example, I've seen like these states here, right? They would say they would classify people who say lower class, certain group
hmm
of people, right?
hmm
And what is it based off of? They try to go by, economics. How much money do they make?
yeah, exactly."
you would
So,
you would find out those people in fact make, if it's about money, the numbers, they make a lot more, they make a lot of money. Because
yeah,
at what point where do you cut it off? For example, like, Donald Trump speaks sense
hmm
into this. He's a multi-billionaire, you know so at that point, where do we put the class? So it is about, to me, that's why I say I accept the world for what it
yeah, but
is.
I'm saying he's a politician too.
So no, what I'm, even not being a politician, like, I take the
But he,
real example, right? I accept people for what for what they are, for what the world is.
yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, I'll give you a typical example. For instance, let's say, uh, you come to a country, right? And then they have an organized business. Maybe they are selling laptops, and you come and you start selling the laptop at a cheaper rate. All because the people, the businessmen are going to get mad over that for affecting the prices of their product. They're going to
Right.
get mad at you. So it's just
So
economic phenomenon.
what are you getting at?
I mean, the point I'm trying to say is, I mean, I did say sometimes. I mean, people might feed into like the emotions of people from the lower class. That, oh, they're the ones taking your jobs.
Again,
No, that's
when you say lower class, describe
people
your
make
criteria.
people who make a lot of money in terms of, they can barely survive
You mean
on
you mean
on
strugglers from hand to mouth, people climbing their way to become to sustain to freedom?
exactly. I just like in a nutshell. I think
Yeah, but
that describes.
those people don't have the time to engage in this, deep ideological thinking, observing how everybody else is looking at the world. They're just living their life, trying to make their way from 0 to 100.
I mean, see, let me give you an example. Like, hey, let's say in the case of Ghana, for instance, there's a lot of banks from Nigeria that are operating in Ghana, but who are the ones who brought them in? It's mostly people from the upper class. They want, because anybody who understands how economy works, you want to invite foreign investors to help stimulate your economy, right? It is a good thing. It's like it makes the money to float within your economy. There's nothing wrong with it, right? But here's the case: if the politicians, in trying to get access to the power, feed into the emotions of people that might not like people from other foreign countries, then people might definitely rise against or revolt against those people over there, right? Because especially in the case when those people are performing better than them. I mean, that's really understandable, Afridam. I think, someone might
So
probably.
so so wait. So you saying that, are you trying to say, there's the lower class Ghanaians are the ones hating on Nigerians, or vice versa?
It's mostly people within the lower class. I would never even sit down and
But
have this kind
again,
of conversation.
so what is your criteria
Zongo,
of
was
the
that
class? Like
Zongo?
what is your criteria? What makes one a
Zongo, was
lower
that part
class
of war?
or upper class? You have not fully. Okay,
Okay,
so
I was
okay. I'm assuming you saying you do not engage in it. Therefore, you are of the upper class. So
okay. Let me put it this way.
how did you decide that you are part of the upper class? I'm just curious.
We're speaking in terms of Ghana, right? So I'm just citing an example because if you look, I mean, I wouldn't say like I would say over 100%. I would say like maybe 95% come from the lower people who could barely make a living, right? And the 5%, let's say
Yeah,
you
but
you
I
have
would
a
assume somebody that can barely make a living, right,
mhm.
will not be doing, have will not waste their time on what we are doing here, right? So I'm just curious, what is classified? What's your definition of these classes?
I mean, Afinamas. I mean, someone like in the case of America, for instance, there's a lot of people who are from the lower class that still have time to come over here because of the welfare system that they are benefiting from. They don't have to
No,
spend
no,
much of them.
I get you
It's-
throwing the class, but I'm just curious of what standard have you used to determine these classes?
I'm giving an example. In the case of the U.S., for instance, let's say if I'm enjoying the benefit of the welfare system, it means I have to work less in order to be able to get access to the benefit of the welfare system, right? I might have more time to engage in this kind of conversation. I might
Hmm.
definitely have more time to engage in this kind of conversation because I don't have because if I work more than 40 hours, I might probably meet the minimum threshold that might prevent me from getting access to the welfare benefit. So it means I have to cut my time down. So if I cut my time down, it means I have more free time to come on this platform to to pour my outrage about, oh, why this person not making more money than I am,
Not necessarily,
I mean, you have a point.
because people have days offs,
Yeah, I'm saying like the five
right?
percent.
People have days offs. They get off work. All that can. Have you ever factored that in?
I agree. I enjoy like the
So
pushback that
so so so
I'm
you're
saying like
saying the amount of time available is that your yardstick measure of the class that you describe?
I'm saying if someone is really making a better like is making good is, is enjoying a better standard of living, they really have time to be concerned about others. If you ask me,
Yeah, but we have no way of measuring this because we don't really have data on the people that are
I mean,
that are engaging in this. Like, there's no way of doing that.
that's a true. That's an accurate assessment. But
Yeah,
I mean,
because we
I
can't
guess
really like you can't necessarily say, oh, only the people on welfare, the people that those are the ones that are able to watch these shows,
mhm.
because you got to remember different time zones. Like, it could be within someone's free time, because people get off work even if they work every day. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm sure like
they
you
might,
you get off work at some
yeah,
point, right?
and they of course absolutely
and
right.
and you know um they can choose to either go to the strip club or watch the show.
I guess
So
my
so
observing.
so so then the class, what you are basing it off of, will not really doesn't have strong legs to stand on.
I guess I'm basing my okay. I think you are more basing in an objective way. I'm basing my more of like anecdotal experience, right? Like in the case when I was in Ghana and I was not, I can barely make a better standard of living. I have free time. When I saw like someone like maybe from a different country, like in the case of maybe like
So
the
you are a
white
hater, you become
the
a
white
hater.
man, the white man. I mean, I would probably hating on them, right? So, but when I came to the U.S. and I saw the reverse, I'm like, oh, so it's really understand. Generally, if you don't make something, you tend to, hate on people like that make
So
more than
you
you
were
are.
once a hater.
I mean, there's nothing wrong in doing that if you barely make. I mean, especially from the industry where I actually studied, and I see like other nationalities working in the industry. That I feel like, man, I'm from this country. I need to get access to the industry. Why is this person from this country getting access to that industry? There's nothing wrong in doing that because I feel I'm a citizen of that country. I should have an equal share in the country. There's nothing wrong in thinking that way. In
But
fact,
what did you base that thinking off of?
I think my thinking of was after visiting other countries. I kind of feel like we barely have access uh to get access to the money in their countries, while other people having access into our countries. It just doesn't make sense. If we can
Then
barely,
Zongo, summarize your point, man. Dang.
I
You
mean,
should know people. You got people on the panel.
Afrodamus is the one asking me the questions. I was actually done with my response,
Okay.
but yeah.
Well, let's bring in Mike. Mike, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Mike, why do you Nigerians hate on Ghanaians so much? Can you answer this question, Mike?
You know, I agree with Zongo. We should the behavior of people on the internet as a representation of
Mike, this is not
entire
just
country.
internet. We did have Ghana must go before. So, and this is not just internet banter.
No, I'm talking
Let's
about
not
the
pretend.
program today. I'm talking about I'm talking to the context of what you presented today. Yeah, I mean, what I would say though, I mean, I don't have issue. I mean, I don't think Ghanaians are bad people and stuff. Or anyone is bad. I just think it's so back and forth on the internet. I thought it's more a friendly banter to me
Are you
than.
guys? Are you? So they calling you out. They say you the fake giants. What do you make of that? You're not the
Anyway.
giant of Africa. You know, you
Well,
guys.
okay.
You know,
Well, Nigeria is taller Meiji. Okay,
your
Nigeria is
leaders,
taller Meiji. Is that something to be proud about?
your leaders were drinking tea with the British when Kwame Nkrumah was fighting to liberate
I will
Africa.
actually. I want to talk about that actually. Well, the first question. Nigeria is a giant. Well, Nigeria is a taller midget. Was that something I should be proud about? I should be bragging about? I mean, I don't get it. I'm not. Why would I be going around bragging with Ghana that we are bigger, we are taller midgets? I mean, come on, that doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't get into all these. Which African country is better or which tribe is bigger? I don't get into that shit.
I know.
It's quite embarrassing.
I know, Mike. I can tell. That's why you called in, because you usually don't like this kind of conversation. But continue on.
Yeah, I just want to talk. Well, Zongo, you can't dispute something though, man. Like those Ghanaian YouTubers, that those guys are not jealous of Nigerians, man. Like I mean, it's very obvious and clear, man. It's too it's too much, dude. Like, I mean, these guys, they can even the African Cup of Nations. The moment it started, Ghana and Nigeria are not in the same group, and the moment it started, they haven't even played Ghanaian first game. They're already talking about Nigerians. I'm like, dude, we are not even in the same group. Like, these guys talk about Nigerians too much, man. Like, and it's not even like they're talking. They just complain about what Nigerians are doing and how I mean, it's too much. I mean, and they are very bitter about it, and people wonder like, why are you upset that these Nigerians are doing what they're doing? You know?
Mike, are you speaking in terms of entertainment, or what? Are you saying like maybe in the case of
Just
education? Ghanaians
it's
are
more. It's more. It's more.
Mike, they said you guys got nothing to show, but only thing
I'm
you
not
got
talking
better
about all
than Ghana is
Ghanaians.
Nollywood.
Now, don't get me wrong, Zongo. I'm talking
Of
about.
course, it's not gonna be all. We get that, but you know,
But wait, now,
for the sake of
can
this
you allow me to
topic,
talk now? Come on now, chill out. I can't
no.
even. I don't. One thing I hate about calling a show is like I can't talk.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't finish one single sentence every time I come on your show. It's like
well, you did say a lot,
I'm
but go
even
ahead.
continuing to talk. I enjoy watching your show, but I don't enjoy calling in. That's
Okay,
the
go ahead.
I enjoy you. You're a very
You know
good
what?
presenter.
I'll mute.
But
Go
I
ahead,
just
Mike.
don't. The part of your show I hate
Go ahead,
most is when you're
Mike.
calling.
Go ahead,
I
Mike.
enjoy just watching, but once I call in, I just get frustrated. It's like
Okay,
I
go
can't
ahead.
talk at all.
Oh,
okay. Zongo, I'm talking about Ghanaian YouTuber, not Ghanaian people. Okay, so I've never lived in Ghana, so there's no way I can give
That's what I'm
opinion on
asking. Like,
Ghanaian people.
from which sectors? Like, is it like entertainment or something, or what?
Yeah, more of entertainment. In fact, it's more of entertainment and kind of like, and so some of them go in terms of generality and things, just like the guy they present today that's just talking about, we from the power, all those kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, what's the relevance of this?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of loopholes from what he was saying. Because
I just wonder like, why is it so bitter? I mean, the guy is bitter, but what happened is Ghanaians talk about Nigeria a lot to the point where Nigerians begin to like just kind of respond to those things. And you know, how Nigeria they respond in a rude manner, and so he's now so frustrated that he's just going all off and everything. To me, I always saw those banters like something friendly. We started with your love, we started with those things. To me, I still see as something just friendly jabs. It's not like coming from a place of hatred. But some of those YouTubers, it sound more like envy in a sense because They all, whenever Nigerians do something good, they just start talking about it, and they're not even, like the Cameroonians. One thing I enjoy about Cameroon, when they talk about Nigerians, they will say something when it's about something positive. They will praise it, right? They will say,
Maybe
"Whoa,
the Cameroonians might be bootlickers. Is that
no, it's not that.
possible?
We do the same with them. When we talk about Cameroonian,
Maybe they're just bootlickers. They are jealous of Ghanaians too.
no. They speak to, maybe,
I mean,
let's
that's
say,
always possible.
oh, Lord have mercy, God, Lord.
I'm the presenter, Mike. You gotta allow me to talk too. I'm the owner of the mic.
I get
Come
it, but
on.
if you want to, just.
I mean, Mike, sometimes the presenter, you gotta let the person talk. It's not like you're here giving a speech. I mean, when I talk, it's okay.
Okay,
It's just few seconds, and then you continue where you stopped. It's okay.
Okay, fine.
So what I'm saying is, I'm just asking. It's possible maybe the Cameroonians are jealous of Ghana too, and they're bootlicking. Is that a possibility? That's all I'm asking.
Okay. Well, anyway, example. Let's say Francis Ngannou knocks someone out. He does well.
He got knocked out. He got put to sleep.
That was good night, man. Good night. Thank you.
Mike, are you really that emotional? I mean, you see, this is a bad representation for Nigerians. Like the guy cannot even stick with the conversation. This guy literally ran off because, a presenter of a show jumps into the show. This is bad. This is bad business for Nigeria. But go ahead, guys.
You should have let him speak, man. I mean, the fight yesterday put me to sleep, but I mean, I gave it to the guy, man. It's all good, man.
He's a crybaby, Jude. Let's just be real. What kind of grown man act like that?
Yeah, I mean, let him speak. Look, man. I mean, we are Africans, man. All these banter and stuff like this, like UFC said, it makes people grunting and angry, but still we have differences, and I don't think it's the best time to really talk about issues like this, but it is what it is, man. I'm gonna be out, and thanks.
In fact, thank you. And Judah, what do you make of Ngannou being knocked out like that?
Oh, I mean, this is his first knocked out ever since he came into fighting UFC and boxing. But he's out for the money. He had $20 million. So yeah, I mean, he has done his time, man. Most fighters have. I mean, even Anthony Joshua was knocked out too by Andy Ruiz and other people. So big fighters, even Mike Tyson got his ass knocked out as well. So I mean, for you to be a fighter, you should be able to also take it. He took it. He gave it to Overeem. You go and see Ngannou's knockout on Overeem. That was disastrous. So he has also felt a knocked out, which is good. At the end of the day, you saw Anthony Joshua with a Cameroonian hat, green, red, yellow, telling you that it's a neighboring fight. These are brotherhood. When it comes to sport in Africa, there are no two countries behind it. It's either Nigeria or you're a Cameroonian. Sport, football, fighting. You don't mention of countries like Ghana and these Gambian countries. They are none of it.
But
So,
Judah, I just asked you about Ghana. Why do you have to throw shots?
Of course, that's what I'm telling you. When I see country, I mean, apart, so yeah, in Ghana, he has done his time.
I'm just asking.
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. He has done his time. He's now making money for his own family. And he's building a whole big facility in Cameroon. So I mean, he has done it in his own village. He has done it in Douala. Now he's building another big facility. So I mean, yes, man, I give him goodies, man. I wish him well for taking on the challenges. Anthony Joshua is a better boxer, professional to that matter. Now, if they come into MMA or they are being caged up, I think Ghana will also put them to sleep. So yeah, but thank you, Alfredemos, and I really don't talk much. I also want people to talk on the planet. Thanks, and have a good day.
Thank you. Okay. Let's bring in I can fire. Oh, go ahead.
Judah is acting like he's man, Judah, man. What's wrong with Judah lately, man? His mood has kind of changed. Have you noticed that?
Anyways, let's bring in Icon Fire. Icon Fire, what do you want to add on to this show here, man?
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes listening to Judy is like listening to a smart retard. So
what do you mean?
He's a low IQ guy. Let him alone, man.
Like it's like he's overcoming autism. You feel me? So I don't really take him serious. So anyway, this what I'm very disappointed in Nigerians. You feel me?
Why?
Look at the story that the big man told the Ghana man, right? The Ghana man was telling a story of selloutism and kissing up to the white people and drinking tea with nasty English people who destroyed the kingdom of Edo or the Benin kingdom. You see me? How can you see it? This is what I have to say about this type of behavior. It's like you see Kwame Nkrumah, right? Trying to liberate his country, and you did not try to team up with him. You did not try to be an ally with him. I mean, that's very disappointing. And there goes the space for you to get independence 3 years later. You feel me? And you not giving thanks to the people who opened the gate for your independence? Come on, man. This type of ungrateful behavior from our people needs to stop. We need to stop this ungrateful behavior, and we need to give each other our props.
So you're saying that so Nigeria is not the giant of Africa then? You're muted. I can fire.
Yeah, go ahead. What you saying?
You're saying so Nigeria is not. So you're gonna, because they drank tea with the British, now that so you're saying they're not the giant of Africa because Kwame Nkrumah was out there putting in their Pan-Africanism work.
I mean, bro, it is because they didn't want to unify with Ghana that caused the civil war.
What civil war?
The civil war that killed over 1 million people. That happened. That happened because
we don't share territorial boundaries with Nigeria, actually.
Okay. This is what I'm saying is like because it's like everybody think that actions don't bring reactions. Every action brings reactions. So you need to understand that it is because of the animosity between that Nigeria caused between the guru of independence. You feel me? They wasn't listening to him. They wanted to do their own thing. You feel me? And doing that, it lead up to a civil war. You feel me? Because they're not listening.
Wait, Kidola, are you there?
But that's not the only thing. Hold on, Outlaw. Don't bring them in. Hold on, Outlaw. This is what I have to say. Hold on.
You don't have any idea about any
I was
Kidola, are you there, Kidola?
No, man.
You have no idea what you're talking about. I can fire. That's
we don't want any war.
I was gonna finish. I was gonna finish.
People were different from what you are saying.
I was gonna finish, right? Look at today, right? Where Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is seeking redemption or liberation from the oppressors who are the former colonizers who are destroying our people's mentality and physical and taking away their shit. Nigeria is coming out as the ones who is against it. One of the main forerunner of stopping a people from getting liberation. I mean, what you call that? That's some sellout behavior. And now the economy is feeling it because of that.
Wait. You think Nigeria can dictate for the whole West Africa? I don't understand what you are trying to say here.
But
Believe in Nigeria. Hold on. Do you think Nigeria? Hold on. Did you think Nigeria forced Ghana to to support that section or Ivory Coast, Senegal? This country were forced by Nigerians. I don't know what you see. This is the
yeah,
thing.
but what
When it
I'm
comes
saying
to
is,
our blame,
what I'm
you will
saying
blame
is, you.
Nigeria. You see, that's it.
Afrodamus, can I chime in?
What I'm
Go
saying is,
ahead.
you
Go ahead.
all are
Oh no, I can
mixed up.
find 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to stay here long. I know you were closing, and
Yeah.
no, if you are forced to take on a side, that means you cannot assume leadership role. So we are all African and listening. I just don't want to get into a tense debate with someone, but for me, coming from a part of that region that I'm talking about, if you are forced to take a side, you have to get out of the way. That's how we assume leadership, because you are too weak to take a position. So you rather just stay quiet. Just stay quiet and let the people assume their own own vision in that area. So for Zongo, right? So you were asked the question, but I know you love to dance when it comes to those kind of questions. Somebody asked you, why did Ghana expel certain people and let certain people move into that country in droves? You never answered that questions.
Who asked that question?
Well, you remember Judy asked that question. I wasn't asleep. I heard it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
but I think see, let me just give you a little background of how everything unfolds, right? Because you have to understand in Ghana, like the major ethnic group is like the Akans, right? And then the leading Akan ethnic group is the Ashantis. So when they ousted Nkrumah from power, they were like Ashanti like supremacists, right? They feel like we wanted our own region, right? We wanted to have full control. We wanted to expel people we consider not indigenous to the land, and go, right. So they did that, but the opposition party were the ones that was inclusive of everybody. So you have to understand, like, the way nation state operate, it's not the same way like humans operate. Some people may feel like, hey, we gotta be by ourselves, and others might feel like, hey, you know what? We include all the minorities too. They are part of us, regardless if they may come from other regions. They've stayed here far too long, and they are Ghanaians as well. So they are part of the Ghanaian society as well. But these are all Ghanaians, but different political parties and different ideologies. So you can't just use one political party's viewpoint as the whole representation of the country,
So
right?
if you don't like it, you can be vocal about it. So I haven't
Exactly.
seen
So
I
my
haven't
my
seen
grandmothers,
it's not
my
like
grandmother, my
it's not
grandmothers, and
like I'm
everybody.
against I'm against the citizen
Let
of
me
that
let me
country, but I'm just like
let
it's
me
not
throw
like
you.
I care like that, but I'm like, oh wow. So it
Yeah,
was fun to watch, right?
let me
For a
just throw
country
some
that
light.
call itself like we are pan-Africanist,
Yeah, but the current
that's
government.
why I always refer to Ghana. If you didn't say that, Zongo, I wouldn't even care because
Oh,
I
so
know.
St. James, your audio is crackling.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just there's like a
Okay. Let Zongo
spot.
speak. I will log back
Like,
in
okay, go
on a
ahead.
different device.
Yeah, like my grandmothers, they've never voted for the current party, because most of my parents, like most of my people, they were never indigenous to Ghana, so they've never voted for them. Actually, they've always voted for the opposition party. So they are inclusive of all the minority ethnic group. It's just like the way liberals and conservative play in America, right? The liberals are mostly inclusive of minorities and migrants and everything. That's how like the opposition party in Ghana also operates. Mostly, even when you check the election data, the current government, most of their votes come from Kumasi, Fidamos, Kumasi, the eastern region, and some, the northern areas, the northern region too, right? But the opposition party is mostly the minority ethnic groups that votes for them. Their regions like Volta region, Accra, Western region, and the Upper East and Upper West region, which shares border with Burkina Faso. They mostly vote for the opposition party. and they hold a different view, and they are Ghanaians as well. But for the most part, their views is not what is projected in the media. So you might
Okay.
think that.
All right. Let's St. James. Let's hear your mind.
Well, I mean,
Much better.
I
Much
respect.
better.
Okay, I mean, I respect Zango's, opinions about, what transpired in his country. It's not like I'm not looking for some weakness into that. I'm just asking the questions because it's gonna be very important for us moving forward as a people in this region. Because
So, St. James, this giant of Africa question, the beef between Ghana and Nigeria, you heard
that's a little bit.
you heard the Ghanaians, came cooking. What do you make of that before we close out?
After to be honest with you, I care less about neither side. I care less about the viewpoint because I believe in that region we are weak, and this kind of like a lip services is not needed in Africa because I can't stand a leader who lead from behind. For me, I can't do that because me being a small guy, like I can't stand somebody who's taller than me, but at the same time weaker than me. I
But speaking
can't
of
take
which,
that.
speaking
I
of
don't know
which,
if the shoes fit wear it. I'm just being
okay,
honest with you.
St.
You
James.
know, I,
Speaking of which,
because I respect people individually, but my problem is when we come collectively, then it becomes a problem. Like people say, Ghanaian, Nigerian, we did this, we are on top of this. Yes, we can point out a lot of excellence in both sides, Ghanaians and Nigerians, but together we're still nothing. That's what matters. That's
Yeah,
what
but
matters. So
Nigeria, all right, Nigeria cut off the electricity off Niger, but Ghana kept the electricity on for Ouagadougou. You feel me?
I can
So
fire. I can fire. Our electricity is not a button that you press and press. But Ghana, no, listen. If the no, Ghana cannot make us go dark, man. If that happen, bro, something
no,
is gonna.
I'm just saying. I'm just
I know.
saying
I get your point. I get your point. I'm just
they
trying to
never
be,
did it.
if our electricity gets shut off, man, nah, it's gonna be night for both of us, both countries. It's gonna be
Listen,
night.
I'm not. We're not talking. We're not talking.
yeah, I mean it's a bilateral relation between both countries. I mean, if Burkina Faso is getting the electricity, I mean it means the companies in Ghana are earning something. But if you cut the electricity off for them, it means the energy is still going to go out, and you're losing more money, and nobody's actually using it. So you're not going to get paid. So I mean, you're both going to end up losing because
Yeah,
electricity cannot be stored; it has to be used immediately. So if you cut it off, and then you're still using your fuel to generate that power, I mean, you're losing a lot of money. So it's just
and I respect that. I
counterproductive to
respect
think
that.
that way.
It's like we don't want counterproductive measures in the regions. No amount of misunderstanding can lead us to that. I don't understand. I still don't. I hope we have Nigerians on the panel. I still don't know why they decided to shut off Nigeria's electricity. I still don't know. I don't know for what purpose.
Yeah.
Don't
St.
know
James,
don't know the end results.
yeah, what
Because
happened is,
that's what if that's what trigger us to move to remove ourselves from ECOWAS. The
yeah,
electricity part of it. We
that was
don't like. It's not good.
very stupid of
You know.
the of Tinubu government. You see, Tinubu was just coming to power. He was looking for acceptance. I think he thought they almost want to throw him out. And Buhari that brought him in his in the
But
senator way
Ola,
was his.
don't you think
Hold on, hold on,
it's ad,
hold on.
no, I'm just trying. I'm saying, what do you
Hold-
think about instead of Buhari? What about his advisors though? Because he surrounded himself with
Yes, most of
advisors.
his advisors are even Northerners. So what happened is,
Oh man, why you want
he
to make
was
it?
looking for.
Why do you want to make
Hold on,
it
hold on, hold on.
tribal though?
Oh, no. He was looking for kind of like acceptance, and he thought the only way he was even begging international people to even recognize him. You understand? He was going to America, so the election was fair. So France kind of like used that as a weapon against him. He was very, very weak. I thought he was very naive. He didn't know what he was doing, and Buhari was like puppet to the other man they threw off. You understand me? So he thought, oh, when I do this, I swear to God, I thought he thought, oh, I will just invade. I don't think he know how big that country is, Niger. He thought we'll just go over there, try to please the French because they have a house in France. So what happened? The northern border people just warned him, don't dare try it. You understand? They just warned him. You know, the people started attacking France from the north. That France is the one destabilizing Nigeria. That don't trust the French guys. That they're the one causing it. Because Niger and Nigeria are most they are cousins. They share the same grandfathers. They're not just ordinary people. Castina, Zafara, Gombe, Sokoto, Kano, all these are related to Niger. I swear to God, even so their Abacha, origin even came from that territory. So Ubwari people also from that territory. Forget about the border where they created there. So you cannot just send family Hausa to start fighting each other, and no Hausa man will ever go there and fight the other Hausa man. It's not going to work. That's what they told him. And if Igbo man entered, they will spot him out. You understand me? Because Igbo man cannot speak Hausa.
Yeah, but the thing is, why did because if you say his advices were all from the northern, why did they tell him to cut off like the electricity supply?
I think he thought he can maneuver, but the French would have put him into a very dangerous spot because I swear to God, if he would have go over there, the northern Nigerians would have go there and fight those Nigerians army there. Because they are related.
Yeah, but it's not about fighting because northern Nigerians they don't have the ammunitions to fight.
Who?
Right?
Who?
They don't have the weapons to fight. So
the northern soldiers who don't even fight Hausa.
I know, but I'm saying
guys, let's do our closing statement here. I gotta do something here. So let's start with Nigerian first. Oh, go ahead, Kidola.
You see, I forgot, but you brought something. I don't really understand the show. I don't really. This is like you got something.
Yeah,
I think,
like a trigger show, right?
Hold on,
I didn't want to. I don't confuse what to say because let's just be honest. I don't know if it's just YouTube because I think some Ghanaians, I can say a lot of them love Nigerians. I don't know if they're from the Ga people or from the Ewe people or whatever it is, but I think we have to be a little bit careful because at the end of the day, we're all Africans. You can see what happened to the Joshua and the other guy. They embrace each other. You understand me? And most Nigerians didn't even want to celebrate it because it did what? Yeah, it's money they went there to fight. Even most Nigerian sports guys didn't want to even support. I support the other guy, Francis. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought he would beat this guy. You understand me? But whatever happened, I think they're just two brothers. I like Francis a lot. I still like him more than Joshua. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, we should, I think, discuss because we all know.
You should have drank some of that Cameroon pepper soup before the fight.
Yeah, no. I think some Nigerians a lot was supporting Francis a lot. Even his best friends, Israel and Osman. I think they said they're not going to support nobody. You know, Francis is a very cool guy. I like Francis a lot. I like the guy a lot. You see, I think we all West Africans are kind of like related. We share the same the same DNA. I think if we have our problem, I think we can solve it amicably. You understand me? Niger is one of the examples that you see, you cannot just go and be fighting brothers like what happened in Liberia that be set up as shadow hands. It's not going to happen again. I don't see any West Africa that just wake up and go and invade on that West Africa. See, that West African country should be isolated and that West Africa should be manned. Because we're all kind of like interrelated now. We all can marry each other, eat each other food, share each other kind of, I say culture, tradition, because we all share the same culture, maybe tradition. So we should be kind of, I don't have a problem with that. I love that. Okay,
you need to visit Ghana though, Kidola, because you watch too much YouTube, man.
Hey,
no. I don't have no problem. I don't have a problem with Ghanaians, man. They're part of me, a part of them. We can badge it to this YouTube end there. I swear to God,
Let
man,
me
no
say
problem.
something. Let
I
me
think
say this about Nigeria, man. They're ungrateful, man. The Jamaican them give them Afrobeat, and them don't want give a props. We give them Afrobeat. Them are going like them want come say a them invent.
don't let
Them
Genama, don't let Genama
are
insult
going like
you
a
and
them
say
invent
you give
Afrobeat.
Afrobeat.
We Jamaican invent reggae
Forget
music and
Afrobeat. Don't let
dancehall.
Genama insult you. Do you know how Afrobeat came? Afrobeat kind of came from I think Ghana at that time. You know, then they group up with Nigerians. That's how Afrobeat. Don't say
Yeah, but
you people give us Afrobeat.
Ghana get Stone Boy.
Forget you. Forget that level. You know Afrobeat. You know
Yo,
Afrobeat came.
you Kidola. Stone
You know
Boy, Shatta Wally.
Afrobeat
Let me
originated from
talk.
Ghana.
Let me
Then
talk,
Nigeria
dude.
joined Ghana to celebrate it. That's just all.
Dude,
Don't forget
dude,
it.
be quiet, man. Be quiet, man.
Don't say
Stone Boy,
Afrobeat
Shatta
came from
Wally.
Jamaica. The sound is
All of them.
different.
Oh
The
my
sound is
God.
different. No, don't talk like that, my brother. You see, I'm in Nigeria. I tell you, Afrobeat, the word Afrobeat was being named by a Ghanaian man
Why
in
can't
England.
you be quiet? Why can't
You
you be
know,
quiet?
you smoke
Shut
too
up,
much
man.
of
Let
that
me
thing.
talk.
Relax.
Shut up. Bro,
That's
shut
what I'm
up.
saying.
Let me talk.
What you don't say, you give us Afrobeat. You know Afrobeat.
Be respectful, guys.
You
Just
don't know how Afrobeat came. You just say you give us Afrobeat. I'm telling you,
You
in
haven't.
Nigeria, Afrobeat
Hold on.
originated from Ghana.
Hold on. Did Afrobeat come before dancehall?
I think a lot of the, I mean, even a lot of the money it goes into the Western society. So I don't know why sometimes we waste our time arguing because most of these
We
artists,
Right.
we
Guys,
Jamaican.
we're closing. Thank you, Kidola. Thank you. All right. Let's go Nigerian first. Are you there, Nigerian first?
I will speak last.
Actually, yeah, because this is you guys' show. Go ahead, I can
Let
fire.
me talk. Yeah. Let me talk. You feel me? We Jamaican. We Jamaican. That's where Shatta Wally and Stone Boy. That's where they got their inspiration from. Whatever what it's dancehall they got it from. And first it's reggae music. Same with Nigeria. They're talking more Afrobeat. That's where they got it from. You feel me? Jamaicans they got it from. Which one of them was before reggae music or dancehall? None of them. So it's and same with South Africa. Same with South Africa. I'm a piano. It's dancehall. You feel me? It's all dancehall. So when our people gonna just admit to things and stop acting like you're not inspired by nobody.
So I
You
can
feel me?
fire. So you out here calling them out.
Of course, all of them running around. I never hear them saying, "Oh, thank you, Jamaica, for giving us the Grammy Awards." Because in essence, you got it because Jamaicans gave you the idea that you could create Afrobeats.
I can
You
fire.
feel me?
I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. You are correct. We were dancing on your music in Africa before we even got to hip hop, man. That I would.
Thank you, sir.
That's
Thank you, sir.
100%. 100%.
Thank you, sir. You feel me? Look at Lucky Dubé. Look. I know, and even Burkina Faso, there is a Rasta man who is a star in
yeah,
Burkina
but
Faso.
I mean, nobody's
You feel
discounting
me?
of reggae music. I mean, people still listen to it till today.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. Because in for unity's sake, give each other their props and stop acting like you invented anything. Stop acting like nobody had nothing to do with your survival. And that's all I'm saying. Same. That's why you should give props to Kwame Nkrumah as Nigeria and any other African state. It takes nothing off you. You're still big. You're still bold. You see me? But only thing everybody
but
knows you after
I can
Thank you, I can fire. Thank you. All
Let
right,
me
go
let me
ahead.
let me go next. Let me go next. So
Go ahead,
the
St. James.
Ghanaians and the Nigerians can
no
be go
no
next,
no
can
no
go
let me,
last, man.
no let
Yeah,
me
go
go
ahead.
let me go let me go
No,
let me
no,
go.
no, let me go. Let you guys can go
Go ahead,
last.
St.
So
James.
I don't have much to say. I wish, I hope that these two countries, right, they can take on more responsibilities about, maybe training these Africans. If your country is nicer and bigger and more stronger, I hope that these Africans dying on their route to Europe and America, I hope they wind up coming to your country and you found the funds, the necessary fund to train them. That may help Africa. This is the way I look at it. Being the biggest midget, it doesn't help nobody. you know. So if all of us wind up being in Europe and America, and it doesn't make sense, right? So I hope Nigerians can take on that responsibility. So for the betterment of Africa, this is just a hope, right? And for Zongo, right, you better talk to your countryman, man. There's some foul stuff coming from that area, and get we need help coming from Ghana. I never stop to tell you that. We need more help. We need to see your people engage about this crisis that is about.
What about the German minister who visited your country recently though?
What did they say though?
I mean, I watched it on DW News.
Everybody come over there. I don't know what they say. I don't know what they do. So I mean, it's like if Ghana,
Trying
if Ghana,
trying to
if Ghana,
strengthen ties with Germany.
yeah, the European Union is there. So, they can visit the region. Have you seen the joint Afridamus? Have you seen the joint force
I have not.
task force?
Not
Okay,
yet.
it was created. So to anybody who's doubting, it was created. 3 countries, one army is coming to fight the terrorists. So look for the best news for this year to come. When this is created and is done completely 100%, something else is going to happen that will make all Africans at ease that we are still to go.
Sounds
Thank you.
good. Thank you, St. James. All right, go ahead, Zongo.
I mean, so what I would say is that hey, I mean, we shouldn't focus our attention on today's conversation. I think the core of this conversation should
Why
be.
shouldn't Zongo? Why you want to tell us where our attention should go? Why don't you want us to talk about this?
No, but I mean, I'm
But
just.
no, go ahead. I
I'm
mean,
also.
forget it's closing. I
Yeah,
gotta go.
I'm a panel too, right? So I'm saying we should focus more on improving the standard of living of both countries. I mean, a lot of our people in both countries are the ones that migrate the most out of their countries. Most of the people that even go through the North Africa and swim through the Mediterranean into Europe are mostly from the same countries, right? So I mean, if we are doing these things, it means we are not going anywhere. We need to, improve our economy to improve the standard of living of our people. The healthcare system has to improve, and we need to compete internationally as well. That what
All
really
right.
matters to me.
Thank you very much. Omogana. All right, let's
Uh,
bring in Nigeria first. Go ahead, Nigeria first.
Afrodrama, see, the reason why we always lose cases when we take cases to court is that we don't say things the way they happen. We always want to add sugar, add pepper, other things to any issue, and we end up destroying our case. You understand me? If we want to say something, we should be truthful. Yeah, when it comes to issue of, let's say, Afrobeat, for example, it was a Ghanaian that suggests the name. It doesn't mean it was a Ghanaian that create. You understand me? It was just a suggestion. Let's be honest. The idea from Fela, it came from Black America. Let's say the truth. It wasn't from Jamaica. Yes, we do listen to reggae music, 100% in Nigeria. We will have people who are Rastafarian in Nigeria. They are there. So it doesn't mean Jamaica creates Afrobeat. That's fake news. Let's be truthful.
Okay.
Yeah. Take care, Afrodemo.
Thank you, Nigeria first. Thank you. All right, that brings us to the end of the show. As you guys can see, clearly, some people feel some type of way about these shows. But look, It is out there. You clearly can see people talk about it. But just because you are uncomfortable doesn't mean it's not real. And people want to steer the world to go the way they see it fit. Trust me, it's not going to go like that. You're just disturbing, causing yourself heartache. Take the world for what it is. And, maybe when you discuss these things, people going back and forth, maybe they will realize, okay, what is there to even argue about? What, you arguing about who's the tallest midget? Is that what this is? Oh, people would say Africans shouldn't think this way. Well, I'm sorry, people are thinking that way. What are you going to do about it? You can't get mad at people for thinking the way they do. Your job is to have the conversation to maybe get them to see things differently than, the way you want them to see it. But that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to bring you the discussions from what is happening in the streets. Just like I've analyzed the so-called beef between Africans and the blacks, you didn't have problem with it. You shouldn't pretend like this beef also here doesn't exist. So I got stuff to do. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.
Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Big flex, my swole up, double cup and I'm pulled up.